Hello, y'all. This is Kev, and this is another weekend for the Weekend Warrior. How y'all doing today or tonight? And must I say this? Long live the habitual line steppers. Yep. Um, these weeks are getting stranger and stranger, which I call it this week in Effery. And at the top of everybody's list is, Cynthia G. Cynthia G's channels got deleted. And there is a wave of elation for what happened. I mean, is for me, it was kind of phenomenal that something like that could happen because, not many people, catch hell for, shitting on black men. We have a culture of people, Western culture that has really been bred to shit on black men. We here in the space call it America's favorite pastime. Uh, and, it's something that goes with the territory, especially when you're a black man that speaks freely and without others' consent. And my guarantee for this channel is I will always do whatever I must to make sure that the black man's voice stay out there. But anyway, let me give out my usual shout outs before we get started. Um, Shout out to the members of the channel. Thank you guys for your continued support as always. And for those of you who watching that are not members yet, you can also become a member for a very small fee per month. Uh, Perks do so far are a couple of members only videos and um, a couple community posts, letting you know the exact number of the subs as it grows. But I promise you guys, in the coming weeks, I'll come up with a couple more things. But members are as follows: Greg, Aaron P, Phil Brad, Zentober, Toya the Tutor, Indigo Flow, excuse me, Go Professor, underscore gold star P underscore GP underscore salute emoji exclamation point. D Rock Den, American Negro, and D Scott. Thank you guys for your continued support from month to month. And I really do appreciate you guys sticking around. Shout out to the replay gang. If you're not watching this live, you definitely are part of the replay gang. You are just as important as anyone else. And shout out to the ones tuning in. And of course, the habitual line steppers. The Roger Report Live, YAS4W, Sister George of the Breakdown, A Woman's Perspective, and Darth Skater 7. Thank you guys for being crew. Yes. And also be mindful of the message scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Uh, Let me read it. Like, come on, man, hurry up. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. My Cash App for those of you who want to donate. Fair use on anything that I use that isn't my original creation for edutainment purposes only. And a language warning that I use quite a few curse words. Uh, Long live the habitual line steppers. 100. Uh, okay. Now, um, I do have several topics, but since we have this little hot button right here, might as well lead off with this. And quite a few things that I find perplexing that went on in this space. Uh, okay, Cynthia G's channels have been deleted, like all of them. I hear she still has one that she barely uses, but what does that matter? Once she utters her little cringy voice on that channel, it'll probably be gone too. Am I a fan of freedom of speech being ripped from anyone? No, not really. Because I like to defeat my enemies handily. I don't like a separate entity coming in and doing it for me. Makes me kind of feel cheated of the thrill of victory. But um, but do I blame black men for celebrating this? I'm gonna be one of the few black man YouTubers to say no. I don't care. I don't. Cynthia G was one of those content creators that celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels, which is in extremely poor taste. Sorry to say that for all of you who might have been fans of this person. Is I fancy myself a decent human being, and I'm not making fun of a dead person. I mean, unless of course they're like some type of really huge racist person that just prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that they hate other races, or slave masters. I'll piss on their graves or whatever. But for a man who was actually trying to save what's left of this community, I believe that that was in poor taste. Cynthia G has been she's been deplatformed for her gratuitous use of hate speech. Now, I understand that hate speech can sometimes be subjective. Sometimes people consider criticizing hair weave hate speech, or talking about the state of the community as far as the single mom epidemic, which is quite clearly an epidemic in the Western black culture. Some will consider that hate speech. Some would consider disagreeing with another's talking point hate speech. Um, some would consider any criticism, even if it is extremely legitimate, of black women hate speech. Um, but the kind of rhetoric that Cynthia G used was true hate speech. It really was. And if I really think about it, is it targeted a group of people based on certain characteristics. And that group of people was black men. That's why it was so shocking to me when it happened, because that rarely to barely to never happens. It never does. Who gets punished for using hate speech against black men? Who do you know? I mean, maybe a couple of accounts got suspended on Facebook or whatever, but for the most part, anybody who has a platform on social media can pretty much do this all they want. And usually the powers that be will never say anything about it. However, if a black man uses anything that is subjective to hate speech, then he has a chance to get deplatformed. Now, I know that these guys aren't really ADOS, but Fresh and Fit got demonetized, but they didn't go about it the Cynthia G way. They didn't try to create other channels and try to get those monetized. There was that, from what I understand, is the main reason why she got deplatformed, was the fact that she tried to create another channel instead of, you know, waiting it out and seeing what would happen to her main channel, which had like what, over 150,000 subs. Now, that her being deplatformed might seem as a victory to some, but she's only a symptom. Cynthia G is only a symptom of the problem, because what brought over 150,000 subs to someone who spewed such hatred like that? See, that's a problem. That's very alarming. And then when you have also having a base of supporters that is not only a bunch of black women who might have some mental issues, you got a bunch of black men supporting her too. We like to call those guys simps and zesties and whatever names that In fact, she went to a couple of black men for help when she got when she got not only demonetized but deplatformed. And I've been watching these YouTube streets for a while. Even it went before I started participating, and even before I created a YouTube channel myself. Um, there was this thing called adpocalypse. Like, YouTube really started to tighten up their policies on and their community standards, and there was a list of black men content creators that was going around that the sisterhood, and what will become the divestment movement started targeting. um, they decided that they didn't like what these guys were saying, and some of these guys for real was using very strong language, because I even watched a couple of the guys. And because of this YouTube ad apocalypse, um, there were many guys who lost their channels. One the most famous example would probably be Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor lost his channel, and he been losing channels ever since, to the point where I believe he's finally given up. Um, uh, Tommy has a channel now on Rumble, but as far as his YouTube days, they are pretty much over. Um, so yes, the demonetization and deplatforming of black men uh been happened. It been happened. There are some guys that got deplatformed that you will never see again, and because of the rise of AI and Chat GPT and voice recognition technology, those people you probably never ever see again on a Google platform. I don't know, maybe Facebook, or Threads, the rival to Twitter or whatever. But um, that's just how it goes. And Cynthia G, like I said, was like one of the first anti-black man platforms to ever go down. And like I said, it's still kind of a shock to me because it doesn't usually happen. And what that tells me is that although black men channels can get flagged and terminated and such, and be considered hate speech, they're not there's not too much of awareness to do the same to black women who spew hate speech about black men. So let me see these comments. I got a few comments here. All right. All right, we got Go Professor, who was here before I went on the air. Zentober, RPM was good. Zentober said, I didn't know something like that could happen. RPM said, white girl took her out. LOL. Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Say, I can't stand her nasally voice. Art Stall, what's good, my brother? Nightish, what's going on? I'm listening. Peace. Hostile Adept, what's going on? Good to see you guys here. Thanks for tuning in. And if it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I mean, I don't know if Hostile Adept has been here before, but hey, welcome to the channel. Um, yeah, but it really amazed me. Like, if you are a black man, I don't care what walk of life you're from, you should not be upset about this. You should not be upset about this at all. I'm not upset about it. Hey, like I said, she celebrated a black man's death in front of everybody, and she wasn't the only one. She wasn't. She wasn't the only one. So let me show you this. Let me show y'all this article that RPM had reference to, um, saying that a white girl took her out, and that just goes to show me that once again, black men aren't doing this to black women. We're not dissing them like that. We're not reporting them like that. So here we go. So there's this article right here, and I've seen this article on a couple other channels. I mean, I think that Dennis Sperling is speaking on it as well, and like a YouTube channel that's quite frankly a stupid pro-black space, because I don't have anything completely against pro-black. I mean, as I can probably will say, I'm probably closer to pro-black than
many of the conscious community on on platforms such as YouTube. Because one thing that I understand is that it's not necessarily pro black, it's pro black their way. And I ain't with that. When you talk about pro black, you talk about the all black folks, and you're gonna have to consider a lot of other people besides yourself. One reason why I said that was a stupid pro black channel because this guy was bringing the black manosphere into the conversation. We have this incredible problem with making women accountable on their own. Is either both men and women have to be accountable or men have to be accountable. And that's what most of these platforms really try to push. Like, it's such a bad thing to make women accountable on their own. But hey, we're all adults here. We're all adults. I'm sorry. If you're a man and you do something stupid, someone should call it out as a cautionary tale. If you're a woman and you do something incredibly stupid, it has nothing to do with what a man did. You should be called out as well. That is, if this equality argument is going to stand. But okay, let me read this article. It's by an Ashley Bellinger, a Caucasian woman. um, said ARS Technica. I don't know what looks like a Technica, like a tech website. And I don't know what their relationship is with Google and YouTube, but this is where the blame is going. And I don't really support whiteness having its impact on blackness, but when it's an enemy versus a historic enemy, I don't give a shit. They can eat each other for all I care. But they said channel calling for aborting black pregnancies temporarily restricted by YouTube. Yeah, this article was written, say, by the look of the date, probably about 16, 17 days ago. Yeah, 17 to be exact. And we'll be 18 within a few minutes. But um, let's read some of this article. Read some of this article. They said YouTube has removed one video and stopped monetizing YouTuber influencer Cynthia G's channel after finding out that the account repeatedly violated YouTube's policies by posting videos over the past 2 years that accumulated tens of thousands of views by calling for black abortions. The decision came after an ARS reader asked ARS to investigate why these videos do not violate YouTube's community guidelines. Hmm, that's an interesting piece. I might go ahead and put the link to this article in the description after this broadcast. Let's continue reading. The video that YouTube removed was titled "If Aborting Black Males Isn't the Solution, What Is?" It was posted in November of 2021 and as of last week still qualified for ad monetization. In last week as in, a week prior to October 11th. Cynthia G said that a lot of people considered the solution to be something horrible that is genocidal. Anybody with any common goddamn sense, and provided a racist justification saying that the only way to counter black male violence is to eliminate black men. Now, I got another suggestion. Maybe you can raise your fucking sons correctly and in a sensible way instead of making goddamn excuses. Okay, let me continue. YouTube did not remove other videos flagged by ARS on the same topic. One video titled "Do Black Women Benefit from Birthing Black Males?" direct directs hate at black male children because they turn into black male adults, which equals the enemy of black women. Is too many simps to quantify that. Too many simps and too many black men that still love and ride for black women. That's just the way it is. But for a person to deny that is a person who is embittered by not getting what they wanted. And, I'll go into that a little bit too. And advocates for black women to abort male fetuses because if we don't give birth to them, then they don't exist. Another video titled "Should We Continue to Give Birth to Them?" similarly suggests the best path to eliminate black men is for black women to eliminate them through your womb. Now, I'll say this. I had a Facebook friend that constantly posted Cynthia G videos just to prove points to men she was arguing with in Facebook groups. This person has black sons. So you're watching a YouTuber advocate for the elimination of black male children, yet you have sons. And they would always come with this excuse. Cynthia G ain't got nothing to do with what point is trying to. I'm saying you're posting a Cynthia G video and you got black sons. Because, I'm tired of people, coming to me just because of my participation in certain platforms saying, well, you have a daughter, you have a black wife, you have a black mother, why are you disrespecting me? And my answer would simply be because you're first of all, you're disrespecting me and you're not my black mother. You're not my black daughter. You should actually, and I know people hate this word being used, be ashamed of the rhetoric that you are spewing right now. Shoot, besides, nobody gives a shit about my family for real, except me and, loved ones anyway. So using that as some type of weird, diminished virtue signal, that kind of shit doesn't work on me. Right is right, wrong is wrong. That's just the way it is. So let me continue with Miss Bellinger's article. According to YouTube, the removed video violated the platform's hate speech policy, which prohibits content that promotes violence or hatred against individuals based on protected attributes, including claims that groups or individuals are mentally inferior, excuse me, based on attributes such as race. YouTube did not clarify why the videos remained online, do not violate community's guidelines. Instead, provides ARS with a statement. We issued a strike to the channel Cynthia G for violating our hate speech policy and suspended monetization on this channel following repeated violations of our YouTube partner program policies. I mean, let me educate y'all this a little bit. Okay, you get a warning strike. See, from that warning strike, you have the option of taking a training to erase the warning. Once you take that training, you have nine that if you don't violate any other of that same policy, then your warning will go away in 90 days. Okay, if you get another flagging or another violation within those 90 days or within 90 days, well, if you still have the warning on your channel, you will get a strike. The strike, you will not be able to stream or upload for a week. The second strike you get, it'll be 2 weeks. After the third strike, your channel could be terminated. So if she got multiple strikes, how was she able to keep a channel for so long? Um, which is, beyond me. I mean, but a strike could go away after 90 days. Like if you have the warning, it would always lead to a strike. So what had to have happened was she'll get a strike, then what she'll do after that strike is continue, and that strike will go away after 90 days. So that tells me that platforms such as YouTube, as usual, just like the mainstream media, wasn't too concerned about, you know, really Cynthia G really switching up her rhetoric. They it's, that's just if you're a black man, you understand that kind of thing is typical. So they finally after 6 years of spewing the same garbage, they finally decided to do something about it. Let's see. So I'm gonna continue. Let me see. Because the channel was issued a strike, it had prevented from uploading videos for 1 week. Just like I just said, YouTube spokesperson said any attempt to upload videos to alternate channels could result in the termination of Cynthia G's channel. Okay, once Cynthia G got demonetized, she tried to create a channel called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised." The irony of that was that was a song back in the, I don't know if it was the late '60s or early '70s, by Gil Scott Heron, who was a black man revolutionary. So we're so damn dusty, but she, she wants to use phrases, coined by black men. Okay, so all right, let me get around. Let me see. Let me read this because this was funny as shit. Cynthia G's YouTube channel has more than 130,000 subscribers and has generated nearly 65 million views since its creation in 2016. The account's creator did not respond to ARS's request to comment. The account's bio said that the channel is all about empowering black women and liberating black women's minds from the toxic grasp of black male worship. Like, who does that? Recent videos focus on celebrity scandals. That profile linked to an alternate channel that appears inactive. According to YouTube, a suspension of the YouTube partner program followed repeated violations of either community guidelines or advertiser friendly guidelines, meaning that Cynthia G's channel is no longer eligible for monetization on the platform. The account creator will have 30 days to appeal the decision or reapply to the partner program after addressing issues raised on the account, which means that all the dummy had to do was erase all her videos and wait 30 days to reapply for monetization. And maybe, just maybe switch up her rhetoric a little bit, Let me see. Now, let me skip this. Like I said, I just about read the whole article, but I'm gonna put the link in the description. They said the videos that YouTube demonetized and removed this week were seemingly monetized for more than just a year on the platform. Last year, Rolling Stone reported dozens of videos that were flagrant policy violations being monetized on the platform, with one research firm accusing YouTube of cashing in on misogyny, racism, and targeted harassment. A YouTube spokesperson told ARS that YouTube enforces policies rigorously, but is not always perfect, which is why YouTube continually works to improve the systems it has in place to flag violating content. Eh, fuck out of here. Now they know who's doing what. They know who's saying what. And they know who they're making money off of. Like I said, if this concern was not raised by this Ashley Bellinger, let me show show y'all who this person is. If this concern wasn't raised by Ashley Bellinger, a white woman, then who knows if Cynthia G would still be monetized and still be able to say what she's gonna say, or all this other stuff. And like I said, this is more proof that black men don't do this stuff. We don't flag. We don't want you. We don't. I mean, black men are more likely to flag other black men channels than they are going to flag black women channels. I'll put it to you like that. And like I said, if you think them 130 plus thousand subscribers were all women, you are crazy. You are absolutely fucking nuts. So this is the one who they are claiming is responsible for getting Cynthia G off of YouTube. It took one of them. It didn't take one of us because we're so goddamn merciful to people who hate us. And uh black men, we really need to stop this fair shit. We really do. I mean, it's like we do it in all aspects of our lives, and we don't report these people on YouTube. I'm not saying go on a mass reporting spree. I'm not saying that. Well, what I'm saying is, this is what happens to us quite often. This is what happens to black men quite often. We got haters that always flag us and always try to get our channels deplatformed because, somebody said something about hair weave or some shit like that. And, is beyond my understanding, that the rules aren't the same for everyone. Do I feel bad for Cynthia G at all? No. I'll tell you who I feel bad for, her son, because I heard she had a son. If if such is the case, it had a child at all, really. Because I mean, if she has a daughter, she's raising another little hateful person such as herself. Shoot. I mean, I don't mean to, drag kids or anything, because I'm totally against that. I'm not dragging a kid. I'm dragging the fact that a person like her would actually become a parent after all of this. And like I said, a lot of black women with actual sons watch this woman. I don't know what, for whatever reason. Maybe they're angry with their baby father, who they thought would stick around after they got pregnant off some backseat boogie, or in a hotel room, or whatever, whatever the circumstances was. Because one thing I never hear when you hear, it's several things that I never hear when you hear rhetoric such as this. You never hear these women being called coons. Number one, you never hear that. You can hate black men all day and never be called a coon, and that's a lot of black male channels too. You never get called a coon. You know. Here's another thing I never hear: you have a black son, you have a black father, you have a black uncle. I never hear that. These women can say whatever they want to say, and then black men are gaslit into believing like, "Oh, we don't respond. That makes us more of a man. Oh, I'm in my masculinity. That doesn't bother me at all." But these same black men will act bothered when they hear black men speak on this stuff. Like, when Cynthia G really started spewing the whole abort black male babies thing, some black male content creators called that fake outrage. Man, y'all don't really care about these boys around here. Y'all don't really care. That's fake outrage. Y'all don't care about these boys getting aborted. And I mean, they had a little bit of a point, because the thing is, abortion is going to happen anyway. A little bit of a point, but when you say things to directly target, that's hate speech. And but see, here's one thing I don't hear. I don't ever hear anyone, because people tried to make the black manosphere very accountable this week. They chose this time to make black men and the black manosphere accountable. One thing I don't hear from black manosphere content creators is black women should abort black female fetuses. I mean, you've heard me say several times, stop getting these hoes pregnant, because all you're doing is you're empowering them to fuck you over. And when I say hoe, I don't necessarily mean black woman. Sure, if you're in love, and the best policy really is to be married. But if you just trust her that much, and if she's trustworthy, go ahead and have a kid with her if you want, if that's what you want to do. But make sure that you're ready and financially set to do that. If you don't want kids, that's fine either. That's fine too. But you never hear black male content creators at all saying abort anyone really. And then some of the sisterhood and some of these simps will lie, because I'm sure if you stay on social media long enough, they will lie and will say, "Oh, I've heard it before." No, you're a goddamn lie. Don't let nobody do that to y'all. Don't let nobody say that you're less of a man for saying anything. That's weak shit. I mean, this should have raised red flags. Like, this pro black conscious community, if they love black folks so much, should have went in on Cynthia G for this shit. I made a video of one of the content creators that actually rolled strong with Cynthia G. I mean, if y'all don't know, y'all don't know this YouTuber named Q Butter. I actually made a video about that. How the fuck you gonna defend Cynthia G or sidestep what is being said? You're an educator. You teach black boys, but you run with Cynthia G. Cynthia G has appeared on his channel several times, and she was saying that same nonsense, that same anti-black male, abort black, abort black fetuses, black male babies. Um, these black men ain't shit, and all this other shit. And he was an educator. He was a pro-black, so really, it lessened my faith in pro-black spaces. It really did, or the ones that claim to be pro-black, because they're not really pro-black. They're pro-feminist. I mean, and anybody that's pro-black or in that way, they can get as mad with me as they want to be mad with me. But you're the ones think that you're being a man by not saying shit. I say what the fuck I want to say, as long as it falls within YouTube's guidelines and community standards. Because we can't have some of y'all deciding what hate speech is. That's just what it is. And really it shows you the weakened state of our so-called community. Some of you guys will say anything because you're pissed off or you didn't get what you want out of life. One problem I believe Cynthia G had was she didn't get the white man she wanted. She stays in like one of the whitest corners of the country. Well, she's from there. People were like, well, she's acting like that because her father wasn't there. So, so what? You don't turn into a terrible person because of that. I mean, shit. Why are you a terrible person in the beginning if your father wasn't there? Obviously, your father wasn't an influence. So, do I say I feel sorry for Cynthia G? No, she needs to go out there and get a goddamn job. Work and hustle. Make money just like everyone else does, just like a lot of us black men do, like I do. Sorry to say that, guys, but hey, to each his own. How many of y'all wept for Tommy Sotomayor when his channel got taken down? How many of y'all wept for Fresh and Fit when they were demonetized? And you know what? I'm not a fan of Fresh and Fit. I'm not a fan of them. I believe they're lame as fuck. They really really are. I mean, after they pulled that little KKK stunt with Aber and Preach, who are also non-ADOS, that was it for me. I mean, it's like whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. Oh, we got some new people in the chat. We got Hybrid uh, Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. We got Shaka Nulu. Y'all will laugh, then bring her back to life. This already happened before, nothing new. People can laugh all the fuck they want. Many of you laughed at Kevin Samuels when he died and stayed there side by side with the sisterhood, high fiving and saying stuff like, "Oh man, yeah, fuck Kevin Samuels, fuck him anyway. Hey girl, you watching? You watching? Huh? Oh, you see, I said fuck the black man too." Many of you did that. I'm not saying you in particular, but many of you did that. My thing is, you, I had this grim thought. I said, "Damn, somebody like Fox Soul might pick her up." Just to throw it in black men's faces. You know how anti-black man Fox Soul is. Cynthia G would probably be perfect for him. Shit, she's been on there a few times before. And who helped her make her? And by the way, who helped her make her come up? You had Phil Scott. You had O'Shea Duke Jackson. You had Dr. Boyce Watkins. Like I said, all these dusty black men that she talk about, and black men help her out. And then you had old Zestmeister, like AC says, Storm Monroe, and then you had another Zesty. Like all of these, like I said, all these dusty black men, and she gets help from black men. So what does that tell you? You niggas really don't give a fuck about yourselves at all. You don't care. You want to be the big dog. You want to be the one on top. You want to be the guy that's like, oh man, she ain't talking about me personally. She's not talking about me. So shoot. I say you're a black man. If you have no pride in that, there's not too many things we can say to each other. I mean, but to each his own. I can respect your opinion. You can respect mine. But hey, it'll always be a debate with me. Zentober. I thank this woman, but I know she's not pro reparations or anything like that. So she gets a slow clap from me. I mean, like I said, when enemies eat each other, I could care less. I could care less. I could care less. Man says October, Big Kev, RPM. Finally, The Rock has come back to black men being brutally honest. Yeah, yeah. I'm a huge Rock fan, as a matter of fact. Fan of his movies too. Some of them are lackadaisical, but hey, Cynthia G channel was etched in hatred. Anytime Cynthia G walks by flowers, they die. Yeah, shoot. Cute puppies run away. Shoot. Notice in the title, I called her Wigatron, leader of the Decepticons. Shoot. But like I said, I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't be surprised if a platform like Foxhole did pick up Cynthia G. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like I said, like, if people like Malika Andrews can have a platform to say what she wants to say about black male athletes and ignore the white ones that do fucked up shit, Cynthia G can always Cynthia G will always have a job. Bill Brad was good. I was- we play Zentober. We play honor and valor with other people to our detriment. It's honestly a bit embarrassing to having to have a white woman do this instead of us. I mean, like I said, it's evidence that black men don't go around flagging channels. I mean, but let me stop. Black men going around flagging black female channels. A lot of simps will flag black male channels. I saw a person on Facebook admitting to flagging Tommy's channel every time Tommy gets a new channel on YouTube. I said, we black men, we can be our own worst enemy. Prime VA 757 was good. Zentober, yeah, too many black men handle black women with kid gloves for some reason. It's pretty weak. Yeah, that's weak. They talk about it's weak if you say something. Shit, it's weak if you don't take charge of the conversation and other aspects too. You got too many candy ass Negroes just sitting by not doing shit and accepting it. And then even will go as far as to kiss these hoes asses. Hey Queen. I see him in these live chats all the time. Hey Queen, how you doing? I don't argue with women. I was like, you want a fucking cookie? Like seriously. Seriously, bruh. We are the only race who thinks responding to women's disrespect is feminine. I mean, that's gaslighting, sir. That is extreme gaslighting. Ray Humble, what's good? What's going on, my brother? Hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd Pyro said these modern pro blacks are becoming pro whack jobs. They sure are. Because I mean, they have this pro blackness to cling on to, but who do they attack the most? In any of these pro black circles, who do they attack the most? And is not the white man. It's mostly black men. It's mostly black men they attack, and they do it all the damn time. He said, "I said it while he was alive. You one person knew. Those people who said that shit they were dead while he was dead was cowards. They were complete cowards because they knew they weren't going to get the answers they wanted from that guy. Shit, remember that week he was doing black men and he shredded niggas up. Shit, he was doing that before. He was shredding niggas up before. But see, the thing is, every time, every time a woman says something, we put so much gravitas on it to the point where it gets all this attention. So yeah, we do in certain ways we do monetize hatred, whether it's to our end or it's against our end. And I mean, like, when it's against us, why not monetize your haters? You got a YouTuber named Young Ripper 59 that has a series of videos saying monetize your haters. Tommy backs up what he says with facts and data. Yeah, he does, but he also says stuff like black bitches. Which, like I said, hate speech, depending on how it's used, can be very subjective. The only thing I dislike about Fresh and Fit is is the stupid controversial shenanigans. I didn't like that whole putting on the clan hood and making ape noises. I ain't like that at all. It was fucking whack for that shit. That glove don't fit me. Okay. I mean, new, we're cool. We're cool. But I can always disagree with somebody, just like you can always disagree with me. And I respect you guys' opinions. That's the difference between me and a lot of other content creators. I can respect your opinion. You know, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a difference of opinion. Yep, Wigatron, leader of the Deception Cons. Yep. Let the full moon angels of death come for her. I don't give a fuck. I mean, hey, that is perfectly your choice because the rules have changed. We make fun of dead people now. Her hatred toward black men is an asset for Fox Soul. Yeah, like I said, she might be trying to work out a deal, some type of deal now to get on with them. Shoot, Lisa Ray might be damn. Lisa Ray might be damn going to bat for her right now. Vivica might be going to bat. Claudia Jordan and Selena. Yeah, she'd be perfect for us. And told it was the white women that flagged her channel. Yeah, because they love that dark meat. I'm just playing. Toya the tutor, lovely to see you once again. Always a pleasure. Always. Detroit 313. What's going on? I thought it was black men. I most definitely reported her channel. Well, we got one black man that admitted, and you know what? Like I said, I'm not the type to go around flagging channels, man. I don't give a fuck that you said that, bro. I don't care. I don't care. You had every right to do what you were gonna do, bro. Aaron P. What's going? What's going on? What's going on, Aaron P? Good to see you, brother. Like me being brutally honest, did you hear white women journalists from the Boston Globe and the National Geographic News? Oh, for real? Uh, it was a, damn, it was a co-op. It was a cooperative effort. What up, Blu-ray? Says Screw Soto. That's a sentiment that comes from a lot of folks. Yeah, a lot. There's a lot of black men that don't like Tommy Sotomayor, and they don't mind saying it either. I mean, and I can see with Tommy and a lot of the bullshit that he says, I can see how that is. I mean, it is what it is. When you going around calling a bunch of black men like us, your bastard children, nah, nigga, fuck you. That's just how it is. Shaka Nula said, man, I ain't finna sit here online trying to counteract these hoes be saying, yeah, we cool, kid, but I don't think niggas are weak for not jumping online. I mean, I mean, we. I understand that it's a waste of time. I do. I understand that. You know, whoever's talking about bringing them to the table to negotiate, why do y'all negotiate with traitors? Live your life. That's what I say. What the fuck does that even mean? Trying to counter Cynthia G. You don't ever hear me talk about Cynthia G for real. You don't ever hear me talk about, well, Cynthia G said abort black male babies. That's fucked up. It is. Did I spend a lot of time on it? No. But it's the talk of the town. That's why it's this week in fuckery. Because there are a lot of content creators that will try to say, oh, you black manosphere niggas is next. And it's like, why are you trying to drag black men into Cynthia G shit? Why are people trying to do that shit? What the fuck? Like, damn, make her accountable on her own. It's her fault of whatever happened to her. Her second chance at high school is gone. That's it. She might come back in a couple of years. Not just she might come back in a couple of years, but for right now, is a done daughter. Is a done daughter. Hell, she might go to Rumble. All her followers, all her followers, might go to Rumble. There is a bunch of miserable females out there that's looking for their thought processes to be validated, and that's fine. I personally don't watch Cynthia G. I don't. I'm an advocate of if I don't like it, I just don't watch it. But which is why I don't understand how people go on these consecutive weeks hating on the black manosphere like that's okay. Like that's okay. Oh, you gender war niggas, you better stop. I was like, why the fuck are you even talking about that right now? Why the fuck is anybody ever talking about that right now? See, look at my subtitle. Gender what? I've said this repeatedly. It is never called a gender war until black men say anything. Like we have got to gain like as black men, we've got to gain some self respect. We do. And so where I know some of the people that flagged the channel, I went to comment section and left comments urging brothers to flag her channel. Uh, Dude. Her name is Ashley Bellinger. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The article I just put up on the screen, Ashley Bellinger. And Hybrid said Rumble ain't having it. Rumble is pro male media. I don't know. They might. They might. I mean, she will see. Okay, Ado's black anti stereotype. I will listen to. I was here, Cynthia G in this space, but I never ever listen to her. Don't even know what your voice sound like. Oh, okay. I don't even know what Cynthia G's voice sound like. Okay, well, this is my first time seeing you, Ado's black anti stereotype. So, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. He said, "Yeah, that was her." And accountability. Uh, you mean accountable commentary covered this, and Dennis Sperling is covering this right now. Uh, yeah, yeah. But but the thing is, no, I don't feel sorry for her at all. Did she get what she deserved? Yeah, I'm gonna say a resounding yes. She did get what she deserved. She did. She did. But the thing is, though, the thing is about that is she had over 130,000 subscribers that agree with her rhetoric. So it is an obvious sentiment in the black community. It's an obvious sentiment, you know. Hurry up and buy. What's going on? Good to see you. Her voice sounds like a trans woman imagining listening to that shit. That's what she sounds like. Can you imagine living with somebody like that? I mean, even as a roommate, man, you'll probably stab your ears. Like, man, I can't do this no more. If her channel got deleted, who got next? Hey, all I can say for content creators is do not violate YouTube standards and community standards and policies. So what's good, Mental OG? Like, just don't do it. I've always said this. If you follow YouTube's community guidelines, you should be cool. But it's entirely up to YouTube. It's entirely up to YouTube. What I can't stand is people trying to sit up there, blame black men, especially content creators local to this space. Like, why the fuck are you mad at black men content creators for this for? Why? Why are you mad? Why are you upset? You niggas better change. You niggas. Y'all say niggas more than the KKK do. Some of you at least. Shoot. We had a dude that decided, we had a dude that tried to blame the black manosphere for Cynthia G's existence. That suggested that he should hook up with an artificial human as opposed to a real woman if these women don't act right. Which I mean, it's kind of like you weird on top of weird, but you're blaming black male content creators for the demise of a female content creator. She's on her own with this shit, bro. If you guys can say what you said about wigs and all this other stuff, then we wouldn't have content creators like Cynthia G. Man, get the fuck out of here with that. Oh, why Skinner? Why Skinner Man Cave? What's good? What's going on? Oh, we got Donnie in the building. Long live the habitual line steppers. Shoot, what's going on? It's your fault, Kev, as always has been. Hey, you know what? You know something I know how to deal with, guy? Accountability. So if you say it, I'll be that. Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault. Cynthia G was saying all that stuff. Ruling down as black men. Well, let me let me do this. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Even if every black man content creator left YouTube, these women will still say this shit. You know why? Because they've been doing it ever since the 70s. They've been doing it ever since Dorothy Pittman Hughes raised that fist with Gloria Steinem. They've been on one. And for a long time, and for a long time, and for a long time, black men didn't say anything. That's why it's so easy to gaslight black men, because we actually think that manhood is in our silence. Manhood is being submissive to our wives, our girlfriends. We've been taught and bred ever since we hit puberty, ever since we grew hair on our nuts, that everything that we had to do was to cater to women. Being the best you can be, your swagger, your talk game, everything, you had to do it, even if you were to indignify yourself for the approval of a woman. And when you didn't have that approval, you were lame as fuck. You lame. You're possibly gay. All this other crap. Fuck this bitch. That's what I'm saying. Fuck her. She will be okay. Somebody somewhere is gonna pick her stupid ass up, and she's gonna be able to say what she says again. You know why? Because there's a resentful crop of women out there that are upset that they can't control men and what we say. We don't need permission from you bitches. We don't need to be told what a real man is. And I figured that out before I stepped on this platform. Before I stepped on Facebook back in 2009 as a regular account holder. Shit, in college back in the 90s. Shoot, I figured that out already. I don't need nobody permission to speak. The fuck is wrong with y'all? The echo chamber has a long lifespan. Yeah, so we're we're gone with our first hour, and many will say already I spent too much time on Cynthia G. But like, but could do y'all believe her platform could have survived without her talking about black men? Do you believe that any of these sisterhood divestment channels would have survived without talking about black men? Shoot, let me get an answer in the chat. Do you believe that Cynthia G's channel would have survived without talking about black men? If she had focused her content somewhere else, like sewing and cooking, cooking, that shit's funny as shit. Oh shit. Blu-ray says probably not. Her up and Vi said no. And better yet, would it have gotten as big as it has if she wasn't? I mean, shitting on black men with the biggest of vitriol. What I'm saying is, we need to have the balls to call some of this shit out. I'm not saying spend all of your time on it. I'm not saying make anti Cynthia G YouTube channels like they do us, like they making anti black men channels doing death rituals and making plans to set us up, but with set us up with the police to get us shot and all this stuff. All I'm saying is tread carefully in this society, black man, like you always been doing. Tread carefully. I don't think I don't think Cynthia G has cracked a joke ever in life. Why would she crack what she is? A goddamn joke. I thought they divested witchcraft and shit. Yeah, I try not to give that too much credence, like that witchcraft stuff. That sounds like some whack lame shit. But anyway, do y'all believe she will resurface? Do you believe that do you believe that Cynthia G will resurface? Somehow, some kind of way, Will she be able to come back? Will she be able to will she be able to have another YouTube channel? My answer to that is probably, but I was watching a YouTube video this morning, and they were saying that because of the dawn of AI and Chat GPT, probably not. Once they recognize those voice patterns, it's going to be automatically flagged. I mean, so I would say, come on, Kev, man, that's a female, but she's too toxic and wicked for that joke. Why Skinner Man K said, if she changed her wig, she changed her wig. Well, Cynthia got solutions, huh? What solutions are you speaking of? If get rid of the black male violence problem by not birthing. Shoot, I mean, hell, I mean, no, no, however egregious it is, hey, you can get rid of black male violence by getting rid of black males. I mean, but we all know that's not going to happen. So I got the other solution. Just raise your goddamn kids correctly. Raise them in a loving environment. You know, instill some value in them. But no, but that's too hard, right? Just turn your back on the problem and hope that the cops will take care of it. She better reinvent herself again. She went from black power to black male hater. I remember her black power days. Like I said, back in 2015, that's when I saw my first Cynthia G videos. She wasn't nearly on the shit she's on now. Like it was Cynthia G, it was O'Shea, and it was Phil Scott. Those Cynthia G wasn't one of my main channels. I listened to more so O'Shea and Phil Scott. Phil Scott, like I said, black men will promote these hoes for real, because and they don't have any pride in themselves enough to know that this might be a bad move. Shoot, not damn sure not Boyce Watkins, Mister Last in line, last in the goddamn line. Shoot, shoot, he was probably the one responsible for putting her on. For real, for real. Cortez Smith, what's good? Men OG, they are posed on paper, but not in actuality. In actuality, feminism is about making life hard for men, and hypergamy is one of the easiest ways to do that. Ugh, fuck your feelings. The computer AI might mistake her voice patterns for Steve Urkel. She used to bang on pink pill. She gonna try to ride every coattail she can. Look, content creators, please. I mean, if you have a shot at becoming really big and popular, I'll just say this. On the way up, don't make YouTube your only plan. Don't make social media your only plan. If it works out for a little while, save your money, invest in some stock that might actually work, and continue doing what you're doing. Your first passion, your main source of income. Because I know, like, I'm quite sure if I really gave it a good heave ho, that that I could make it on YouTube if I wanted to. If I gave it a really good shot, if I gave it a really strong shot. But right now, I can't bank on that. You know, I don't want to put myself in a position to whatever happened to Cynthia G would happen to me. Shoot, this woman begging on GoFundMe, if you can call her that, or she had somebody begging for her. What's good, bad hombre? She has rally event in Philadelphia about her black woman farting empowerment, whatever. Amanda Seals was supposed to be there, yet it was canceled. Shoot, I saw a TikTok video. This guy saying that forgot what city it was, saying that there was this black female empowerment rally like that his girlfriend told she had went to, but she said it wasn't really black female empowerment. It was full of anti-black male misandry. I'm like, damn. It's like, do they really believe? And I mean, shout out to Mr. Z because he said this before. Do they really believe that empowerment and is revolutionary to hate black men? That's why simps should shut the fuck up, bruh. You don't mean anything to these hoes except as a distraction from actual conversations. Mrs. Intober said, "Boys, you're my first, my last, my everything, Watkins." Well, till his wife, all she gonna be is, "You're my last." if that, if that, if that. Boys Watkins, greater than Gorilla, Glorilla Grodd. Yeah, simps are still. Yeah, they still are. They still are. Shoot, I saw a YouTuber like, man, y'all niggas, y'all still want to do this gender war stuff? Y'all niggas, after seeing what happened to Cynthia G, why isn't the finger being pointed at the divester channels like Divested Zealot? Like somebody like that. Why aren't these dudes pointing the fingers at other black man hate channels? Like this, some of these dudes, for real, are wildly disappointing. I probably might not say any names to tomorrow night. They're wildly disappointing. Shoot, I mean, shoot, just call a spade, because this this is gonna be like, as far as spending this much time on Cynthia G, this is gonna be the last time I do it. This is gonna be this is one of the only times, and this is the last time I'm doing it. LOL, black women are literally saying kill all men and nobody is checking them. Nobody's checking them because you got dudes out here that don't think they're real men if they do. I'm like, oh man, stick my chest out. Hey, this shit don't affect me. I'm like, yeah. Then why you aren't married? These same niggas that say that this shit don't affect me. These niggas ain't in no rush to get married. They're not. They're not in a rush to get a partner for life. They're not. Why is that? If it doesn't affect you, why is that? Some affected you to that point. And I'm not saying that getting married is the end all be all. I'm not saying that. But it's a reason why a lot of these brothers aren't taking that step because they hear this shit all the time. See, new, married. see, told you. Mid OG, marriage, LOL. There's a stream on right now with black women making fun of dead black men. Let me guess. Kevin Samuels has been mentioned again. I'll tell you the truth, man. Let me tell you something. I wish I had that much impact for me to be laying up in the ground, turning into turning ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and still rent free. Got a cemetery plot in these people's brains. Look, I told you, marriage, nope. see, see. So be careful with words like, "Oh, that don't affect me." Yes, it does. It has affected you. That's the scary part about it. Yet we don't hear about black men was hating on black women or wishing death on somebody like they did to Kobe Bryant and Kevin Samuels. Oh, the irony. Yeah, that was in poor taste because Kobe Bryant married a non-black woman. Man, fuck out of here. Us black folks can be the biggest dick police ever. Pause. Shoot. But anyway, so let's Even if shit was cool and never came about, I'd never get married. Why? Why? Because of the legalities that put men at a disadvantage. Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. When Bell Hooks died, you didn't hear anything from black men. I think it was one black male content creator that said Bell Hooks rotten piss, and he only said it one time. He only said it one time. But see, if they were to find out who that was, then it'll be, well, black men be making fun of black women's death. I've seen black men, you know. For the most part, we don't. Crystal Swirl. I haven't heard from her in a while because she was on that same shit. I don't care, man. Black men celebrate the fuck away. Celebrate, but at the end, cause at the end of the day, they will celebrate you and everything that happens to you that is horribly upsetting. You know, to your mothers and your family members and people who love you. They will celebrate it till the fucking cows come home. And even when the cows come home, they'll get drunk with the cows. Cows be wearing hair weaves and shit. Got extra long fingernails and be wearing them halter tops with the belly sticking out. Except for they don't need to be showing everybody them damn stretch marks and chicken grease running down that shit. Man, hombre, I know this is fact. No, we don't. Tell her Terry McMillan dies of black men. Don't diss her. No, no, black men ain't gonna diss her. So anyway, that's enough about Wigatron. That's enough. You know, she wherever she is right now, I'm sure she'll be okay. I mean, you know, she definitely doesn't need black men to help her rebound. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, she does. And she is. She so all the simps out there supporting her and wanting her to come back and everything. Fuck you guys. Seriously, you have no pride in yourselves, and there's nothing me you can relate on as black men. As much as I try to bat for us as black men, nah, if you own that shit, nah, bro, we ain't got nothing to say to each other. Period. Nothing. Shit, you had a lot of black women that were more intent on calling brick face out than black men. Black men ain't stooping to the level of bottom feeding black women celebrating KS death. There were black men that was right along with the motherfucker celebrating. I used to listen to Cynthia G when she was going after the swirlers. I mean, I don't care who dates who. I don't care. I don't care. It's just that the one thing that I will call out is the hypocrisy that we display as a community. I'll call that out all day. I don't care who it pisses off. Who's been here long enough to know what dude brought her back when her channel got taken down the first time? Uh, New, can you put that answer in the chat? Because I mean, I guess obviously it wasn't me because I did say Boyce Watkins. You know, I did say Phil Scott, but it's probably not either one of them. Those simps are always, yeah, yeah, shit. All that simping, like I have kind of I kind of have a different take on that. You said those simps that were celebrating with always had dry dicks. I would probably say pussies dry up around simps. Obsidian, obsidian, jeez, obsidian, obsidian. I mean, that really doesn't surprise me. But someone else brought this point up. All of Cynthia G's followers are probably going to go to Princella. They'll probably just migrate to Princella if she doesn't come back. But Speaking of killing, dating, and marriage, let me get on this little subject right here. Enough of this bitch. Oh look, Angela Wallace was part of the Black feminists. Who's Angela Wallace? Let me Google her real quick before I start talking about this list or the list that have subsequently came out because that was mass fuckery and that was mass fuckery and it just we it's just more evidence that we give too much credence to the statements of bitter females on social media. So going, they were already following her. Okay, well I stand corrected. OG, yeah, she was in love with Tariq, and when he got married, she went in on her black men ain't shit tirade. Uh, I don't know if that was the whole. I mean, yeah, sometimes people become bitter when they don't get what they want. Hey, hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power. I said this a while back about O'Shea, and the same may be true about Obsidian. These motherfuckers create obstacles so they can so they can call themselves trying to overcome those obstacles. They try to create these things. They try to create the problems. They try to create the problems so they can kind of stay relevant. So that's why you always got Obsidian interviewing talking about these problematic females because he needs another. I guess he needs another battle to fight or whatever. And O'Shea promoted a lot of problematic people on his Rumble channel because a lot of people said that Nala was problematic. And after the Rumble, he said, "Oh, go check Nala out. Go check Nala out." And we all know how that turned out. Go check Taz out. Go check Taz out. Shoot. Tova said Princella's a joke to me. I feel bad for the dudes who take our stuff seriously and get upset over it. Michelle Wallace. Oh, okay. Princella's a joke. Yeah, but I mean, when you're on anti-black male misandry, you can get a big following. There's a lot of black women are hurt out there by black men. They ain't shit dudes they decided to fuck. They were hurt by it, and then they don't want to take accountability for their part in it. Like people who make this list because of the Cheesecake Factory girl. Why? I mean, I get it. She went viral. Alice Walker. Yeah, that's another one. Alice Walker, the author of The Color Purple, who which led to one of the most impactful movies in the history of black film and cinema, which is very fucking weird to me because there was like and is this is like I said, I didn't watch The Color Purple when it first came out. I didn't watch it as a kid. I didn't watch it as a teenager. I watched it a couple years ago. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I heard people always quoting the film, joking about the film. I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? I'm such a nerd. Ain't nothing wrong being a nerd if you know what to do with it. But there is something wrong with being a lame, and I'm talking about an actual lame. All right. So this list that they put out, because of the Cheesecake Factory girl, there's many lists, and I'm gonna show you a couple more lists. Is basically guarantees that dating is dead. It really is dead. I don't see how we're gonna function as a society. I mean, they already had the Me Too movement. Shit, dudes already shaky about going out on dates already because just men feel like they're losing this shit. And like I get it. I totally fucking get it. It's like, look, if you can't go, and it's like I'm married, but if you can't go any of these places with me, fuck you. I ain't got time for you. leave with your girlfriends drinking wine and crying yourselves to sleep at night. But that was mean. Ooh, bad Kev. But we'll break down this list. I mean, I'm gonna break down the other list, but these are places women refuse to go on a first date, and I don't believe that the person who fashioned this list um, speaks for all women. I don't believe they do. I believe this is a person that tried to get some attention, and they're probably getting an absolute kick out of the fact that this list went viral. But it is sparking a conversation. This is why I say, man, we give so much credence to what these hoes say. We give so much attention to what these hoes say. And for the next few moments, I'm gonna be guilty of that same thing. We give so much to them, and they're so stupid that these are miserable fucking people. A lot of black men had a lot to say about Cheesecake Factory girl. They had a lot to say about it. I mean, it went viral. It was a viral story. This girl got more press than a motherfucker. And when people see her face in public, they be like, "That's that dumbass Cheesecake Factory girl." Shoot, it's not a positive for her. It's a fucking negative. But some of these women see any kind of attention as a positive. So, men, these are places you can't take women on a first date. This is the list. And if they go by this list, my advice to you, you can do whatever you want to do. You can go ahead and simp. You can go ahead and shoot for Roof Chris or whatever. You know, you can shoot for Red Lobster because Red Lobster is not on this list. Texas Roadhouse is not on this list. But take the bitch to to Crystal, take her to White Castle, whatever. I mean, because the person who made this list, they look, you dollar menu at McDonald's, but is you ain't got to take it from me. So you can't take them to the. I mean, it was a reaction to Cheesecake Factory because Cheesecake Factory is the first on this list. Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, your house. What's wrong with going to a fucking movie? Number seven, I understand. Number seven, I understand. Why would you have like why would you do Netflix and chill? Even though some of you do that Netflix and chill shit anyway. I think they even got Netflix movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc. Somewhere that requires a long drive. I mean, what about the destination? These holes are dumb. Bowling, nightclubs, Denny's, IHOP, the gym. Oh yeah, because you can't. I mean, I'm just. Oh, Red Lobster is on the list. I see Red Lobster up there. Yeah, I took. Yeah, one of my simp moments is that I took a woman to Red Lobster, and she ordered like one of the more expensive plates, and I didn't even get a pat on the head when we were done. But this simp moment was a while back, like early 2000s. I think all of us have had a simp moment. Ice cream dates, family functions. Yeah, why would I want to bring around your fam? Why would I want to bring you around my family when you got a snake ass attitude? Coffee dates. I mean, they want to be wined and dined. They want to be treated more than they're worth. But I know y'all seen this list, many a times spread throughout social media. I mean, like I said, if if you have if you get this girl's number for some reason, and if they don't accuse you of catcalling them or whatever, because they do that too these days. If they saying that you can't take them to any of these places, man, look, leave her where she at. Leave her alone because if you still decide to pursue that, then it's your fault whatever happens. God forbid you get somebody like this pregnant. You deserve to be laughed at. You do. Seriously. So let me see. This mm, not to be taken serious. You know black women don't believe her. They just like to huddle around each other and cry about black men. Yeah, yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Cynthia G and divested when black women they are psychopaths. I mean, they always talk about black men killing each other, but who raising these black men who kill each other? And then now you see the mentalities online. You know why? Notice how almost all black women tell us they tell us to worship in all history tore down the black man image. Uh, look, this is a fundamental problem with us across the board. We are always attracted. We're always attracted to that. Anything that tears down black men. So for some reason, black people have an affinity to be attracted to it. Just I mean, I get it, but then again, I don't get it. The new Color Purple movie should be called Color Dark Purple. Man, it's a musical. It is a musical, and I think it was Ty City that made this point a long time ago, or was it Ramil? Said that they're putting it in song now, so they're going to be singing these songs because it's a musical. So I mean, like for you millennials and and you Gen Zers, uh, y'all need to just go ahead and get ready. just go ahead and get ready. You have to deal with what we had to deal with growing up. There was a time before dates. So Joanna True was fighting against black men having the right to vote. Right to vote. She was Becky's foot soldier. Is that true? I would have to do some research on that. I would. There was a time before dates. Wall splitting bitter broads. Oprah, Gail, Vivica Fox. I ain't gonna lie. At one point, I used to think Gail was kind of thick. I was like, damn, but she thick. Shoot, but in recent years, the privilege for those women to be taken in to eat on the first date. They are not entitled to it. No, they're not. Shit, it's a privilege to be taken anywhere. Shoot, the way that now guys are hearing the truth, and if they actually, it's okay. It's putting out a list, but then actually going along with it, that's a different story. That's a different story. Shit is stupid. Cheesecake Factory girl is a joke too. I don't take it seriously. Let them date themselves. Black men don't realize that these women are just trolling. Like I said, they just attention seekers. And we give them the attention that they want. And I'm just talking about it because, it's just that I mean, I have an okay following, but it's not like it's the biggest one. So it's just that all I'm just trying to raise awareness in brothers. If you go out with anybody that agree with this shit, then that's on you, bro. But that's not where the list stops. There's another list. I pulled this one off of Facebook. So men respond with a list on their own. So so I'll go down this list. Says single mothers, which I mean, like, I don't think any of this shit's gonna happen. Like, I don't think people are gonna stop dating each other. I don't think that they're gonna stop. I don't think people are gonna stop. I don't think people are gonna stop with their shenanigans. It's gonna get it's almost gonna have to get to a point where things are gonna have to be apocalyptic or just such a detriment to the person themselves. But you know, so men make the list of their own. Say single mothers, women with tattoos, women who dress like this in public. There was a picture of a woman originally, but then somebody decided to put Kevin Samuels. Sex workers, OnlyFans girls, mattress actresses, strippers, call girls, escorts, Instagram models, bottle girls, etc. Women with an IG page, women with non-ear piercings, women with purple hair or any other unnatural color, women with whole friends. I mean, she could be a good girl, and have whole friends. I mean, models who market to men, women who travel regularly, women who drink liquor regularly, women with weak absentee fathers, weak and absentee fathers. I guess that was that slash mean. Women who live alone. I mean, I mean, you're pretty much covering all modern women at this point. Women with party voice, women on dating apps, women who have been on Fresh and Fit, women with lists, women who have been engaged, divorcees, American black women, women raised in the West. I was like, okay, if the if that was trolling, this is trolling too. Because I mean, y'all ain't gonna like black men ain't gonna stop fucking hoes. Black women ain't gonna stop. Black men ain't gonna stop dating hoes. Black women aren't gonna like just and just like with this next list I'm about to show you. Now we're all making lists of what we want, and then we ain't gonna follow none of this shit. So they did the ladies strike back, the new list of the men they have no business dating. Period. Now this writing might be a little bit too small, but let me go ahead and let me see if I can find it on my phone so I can read what is on that actual list. By the way, I got 45 people in here. I hope all of you have pressed like, or if you're new here, hopefully you subscribed. But if you own some other shit, then I guess that's okay too. So let me see real quick. Let me find that list on here. Just bear with me for a moment. I take you on an adventure. So let me see. Let's see. Oh, okay. So the lady strike back is like, how are they striking back? They made the first list. That's stupid shit. It's like really, how did they strike back? Like why? How are you striking back? Because like I tell you before, anything they say, they think of it as nothing. It is supposed to be nothing. So the men made a list. So now they're striking back. Shut the fuck up. So so let me read this list. Number one, men with toddlers or youngers still getting fucked. Number two, men that live with their mama, they still get fucked. Three, men that live with their baby mama, shit, they damn sure get fucked. Number four, DL men, still getting fucked. Number five, men that don't have a valid driver's license, still fucking. Men that bank with cash app, still fucking. Men that sag their pants, so many of them are baby fathers. Men that don't take care of their kids, shit, still fuck. Men that disrespect women, why you think a lot of these bras are complaining? Because they dated men like that. And disrespect is subjective. Like, they think that like not agreeing with them is disrespect. Men that don't own a suit, oh boy, let's not go down that road. Men that live in motels, they still get fucked. They still get dates. Men that want to hold a couple dollars till they get paid, still fucking. Men who clothes are in tubs, who does that shit? But still fucking. Men that can't log into anything without help, that's stupid, but still getting fucked. Men that gotta tell their mama everything, they still get fucked. Men that work in the FedEx hub still get fucked. Men that work for still get fucked. Truck drivers still get fucked. Them still get fucked. Said them grand rising men, them what you doing men still get fucked. Because how I'm supposed to find out? How are men supposed to find out what you doing unless they ask what you doing? Men with multiple kids and baby mamas. Why the fuck do you think they got multiple kids and baby mamas? Men that bash women on social media. I mean, bashing is also subjective. But, those men still getting pussy. Men who that have to load their car to add money to it still get fucked. Men that don't keep their lock still get fucked. Men that hairline going see like yeah, shout out to Marcus and keep it 100. This this is literally a list of men who still make women pussy tingle. Literally. It's like stop the cap. Stop the cap. I mean, yeah, it'll piss off a few guys. But I mean, stop the cap. And then look, but see, man, we gotta stop this shit, man. Let them make their stupid list. You just you like my thing is okay. I mean, two can play at that game, of course, but you don't want to catch yourselves trying to be too much like them. So here's a list of things that men refuse that are not married to pay if they're not married: bills, rent, house, car, hair, nails, bag, purses, jewelry. You shouldn't be doing this shit anyway. You shouldn't be doing this shit anyway. But there's always a simp that will do it. So, really you're talking to simps. Because when I was dating, I ain't do this shit. I mean, I told you about that one time I took a broad to Red Lobster and she ordered the most expensive thing on the menu and I paid for it like an idiot anyway. But that was over 20 years ago. To me now would smack myself in the head. I mean, you would smack the me back then in the back of the head. Someone don't pay for gas unless it's weed and if I'm smoking too, shit, your tithes. Please, what woman asked you? Hey, I need money to put in the church. Like, what the fuck? What woman asks people to do that? Yeah, wow, they put that shit on the news. Yeah, they put it on the news. They put it on the news, bro. This is a screenshot from the news, Fox 8, wherever that is. From what I see on the social media posts, there's a lot of women that are trying to refute this. Oh, my husband can take me to the Cheesecake Factory at any time. Cortez Smith, not one of these hoes are sleeping with the Superman they speak of. Their baby daddies are who they like. Yeah, the niggas with the saggy pants, the niggas that gotta use Cash App, the niggas who gotta load their card, them guys. Man, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Man, I want them to change. They should they should be with me instead. No, man, these bitches, no, stay away from me. I mean, I'm married, so that's obvious, but I mean, but still, even if I wasn't, stay away from me with that shit. Purple prose. A good man doesn't need a list. That's the point of the list. Yeah. I think that's a troll. What do they like? Pornhub? Hey, that's not the worst idea, depending on who. Weather. What's good? What is good, my brother? He said Cynthia G will be back. No one stays gone forever. I mean, they kind of doing that to Tommy, but okay. I'll be honest, Gail can still get it. Hey, even Harriet Tubman allegedly attacked black men. I mean, if you go by that dumbass movie, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Like I watched Harriet on bootleg, and I can still see how bad it was. I'm like, I'm glad I watched that movie on bootleg. Shit. Most of these online gaslighters are LGBT. Heterosexual men and women don't benefit from it. The Brick Lady exposed that. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that is true. Sojourner Truth is against black men at the time around when the KKK created Democrats had the ability to control voting polls that women voted for, especially white women. I didn't know people were still dating. I mean, shoot, it's not the most outdated idea. I was saying, shoot, you're all the you you're all the company you keep. Birds of a feather flock together. Women were dead. Women have abortion before. As a core, I had a great upbringing with two parents. My mom and dad were awesome. That's why I don't date black. What? I thought you said you did. I mean, I don't know. I may be mistaken. I may be mistaken, but I mean, a lot of the stuff that you say in these chats, man, you just contradicted that. I don't hate black women. Oh, I misread that. Oh shit, I'm a dummy. Sorry. So you said my mom and dad were awesome. That why I don't hate black women. but you say you have no sympathy for black men. So that's how it works, fellas. Like seriously, that's how it works. That is how it works. The hate is real for us Cowboy fans. Like really, shoot. Chaos Rain was good. Was good. Chakanulu, I like that list and the first date list. I don't approach them. Yeah, like I said, man, if somebody's using this list as a way of telling you no, fuck them bitches, man. I mean, they're making your job easier. They take out the guesswork. They take out the guesswork. Frederick Douglass and Ben Franklin were feminists and helped them out. I don't know about Frederick Douglass. I think it was the other way around. I think feminists helped him out. You know, the suffrage movement kind of piggybacked off the abolitionist movement because you had Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Well, Susan B. Anthony was definitely a feminist. Shoot, man, look. Dave and Buster's is a fun place for adults. You know, for for the kid in you. How many women in the chat are asking men on dates? It doesn't matter what she wants. She'll take what she can get when the wall comes knocking. uh, said, I think the list supposed to be the standard. When he got swag, that all goes out the window. I mean, yeah, I mean, we all know the truth, man. We all know the truth. This, all these lists are capped. People will lower their standards in a heartbeat, and the proof is in the pudding. Is look when you go outside and you look at that world out there, it's a much different place. It's a much different place. Like these lists like this are put out by people who are so miserable. They're trying to guarantee that no one dates. I mean, if that is even what they want to do. RPM said I refuse to watch that movie. Man, look, RPM, I'm not trying to convince you to suffer or encourage you to suffer. But see, the reason why I watched the film was I had to see it for myself. We're talking about the color purple. I had to see it for myself. When I saw Danny Glover run outside with that milk and cookies to that mailman, I wanted to find Danny Glover and punch him in his fucking face. It's like, why the fuck would you ever agree to do something like that? The fuck is wrong with you? I don't care how much money they were paying you. And then, from what I hear, the actors weren't getting paid that much because Oprah was complaining about what she got paid. And then I made the comment, $10. If she got paid $10 to do that shit, it was too much. But I mean, I had to see it for myself. Man, that shit was an atrocity. It's like and then like you got black folks to this day saying that The Color Purple is one of the greatest black films ever. I was like, you need your fucking head checked. Ask the girl what she likes and go from there, not a list. What? Okay, that's sound advice. But I dated a woman one time to say I like the man to plan where we gonna go, like to tell me where we're gonna go. Have it already planned out. And I was like, well, okay. I was like, okay, well, thank you for telling me all this. I don't think where there's a female. No, I don't think so. I think he's just a person with an opinion. I hold black men more accountable, Kev. Okay, if that's what you want to call it. I have no sympathy for black men, but I don't hold black women accountable for anything. Man, we gotta man, let me tell you something, man. The only people that you really must have the lowest accountability for are black children because black children don't know any better. They need good, smart adults to guide children. Like, adult black men and adult black women should already know. But see, the thing is, in Western culture, we've switched black children with black women. It's black men and black children who can't avoid the highest of accountabilities. And people can argue with me on that till the cows come home. It's the fucking truth. Most men in the space don't hate black women. Calling out nonsense in a whole. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't. Like I said, we're not calling for death. We're not calling for death. We're not saying they should drop off the face of the earth. We're not saying that they're weak and they're dusty and they're conquered and defeated. The only thing we can do is call out actual behaviors. But that doesn't mean they're gonna change. It doesn't. Son is hot rod was good. Read this as places women can afford themselves, but yet they still want better. Well, Tubman was a feminist. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I got to read up more on Harriet Tubman then. Detroit and Outback Steakhouse about to open up across from my job. Can't wait. Gonna eat there, then sleep it off at work. Man, talk about some steak and itis all fucking day. Black Panther Part 2 was a fuck up all the way. Man, look, it's so fucked up to the point where Kevin Feige talking about doing a soft reboot and bringing back characters such as T'Challa in their Secret Wars that's supposed to come out in like a couple years. I'll believe it when I see it. The moment a woman pulls out her phone, the date is over. Won't be turning me into content. Nah, nah. Shit, you can even go one better. You could be an example of a guy what a man should do. Weather with a super chat to the hurt blood in the chat named Cortez. I hold men more accountable because I expect more from them. Women are like children. I expect them to act up. Men still need to be men. I'll agree with that last sentence. But women are adults, bro. They're not like children. They want to be like children. They want a protection of children, but nah, bruh. They're adults. They're adults. Shit. There are more women that hurt the upbringing of children because they have that mentality. But thanks for the super chat. I mean, but there's really no way to hold a modern female accountable these days. It's not. My nigga Roshi, I've forgotten about the color purple after Danny Glover played in the Predator Lethal Weapon kit. Yeah, Danny Glover played in some cool shit after that. But man, when I saw him run out with that glass of milk and cookies to that and to old jawline white dude, I was like, man, fuck this movie. And that wasn't even halfway through the film. That wasn't even halfway through the film. King of the Dead Black Panther is the most powerful version of him. Can't hold black men accountable if black women choose who they date, sleep, and procreate with. I mean, we can't stop people from fucking who they want to fuck. I agree, Kev. I don't know why these dudes don't understand that. Dudes always say that. That means that there are a lot of children getting over on grown men. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Danny Glover disappointed black men. I mean, people will say that. People will say that there was a black actress trying to get a shot in Hollywood because I mean Lawrence Fishburne was in the film. Lawrence Fishburne was in a color purple, simping for who Suge Avery. I got into it with Cynthia over her bashing stepdads. That's 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 hilarious. Said they supposed to recast T'Challa like they did the Batman. No, they made that weak ass excuse because they couldn't recast. And I mean, like I get it. Chadwick Boseman, he fit the role perfectly. Wasn't nobody gonna play T'Challa like Chadwick Boseman, but that was Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman wanted the legacy of Black Panther to continue. Ryan Coogler wanted to recast the role. He wanted to make Black Panther a father son trilogy. But what happened was the the higher ups in Disney and Marvel, especially Victoria Alonso, did not want to recast T'Challa. They wanted to they wanted more diversity, and diversity is just a dog whistle term for women and gays. So there was already talks of phasing T'Challa out and putting Shuri in the Black Panther position. There were already there were already There were already talks of that. The thing is about Black Panther 2 is my daughter really loved the film. She loved it. She even clapped when it ended. I was like, man, let me try to use my influence on her to try to get things balanced and everything, because I don't want my daughter leaning towards sisterhood ideology. But I mean, she's a kid, so I mean, for her to see women, well, so for her to see somebody that looks like her doing something cool, I mean, they'll say representation, but I mean, if she liked it, that's cool. I know that she cannot have an adult point of view. Yeah, but she's a child, so hey. Mental OG. You can't be strong and independent and be expected to be treated like a kid. Just stay out of the way because when they're getting their judgment, the movie sucked to high hell. I mean, shoot, from a kid's perception, maybe not, but from my perception, that movie could have been a lot better. It really could have. I mean, you don't have to denigrate the men to make. I mean, I don't have a problem with female characters, but you don't have to denigrate the men. Henry Cavill was going to play Superman again this year, yet they fired Henry and the director. Stepdad better than no dad. Oh, don't say that. Well, I mean, if look, if the child has a strong male presence, they have a better chance. That's been proven time and time again. Yeah, that's how it starts. When I was a kid, Powerpuff Girls had girls acting up. I mean, actually thought the Powerpuff Girls were kind of cool. I liked them and their clashes with Mojo, JoJo, and all that stuff. I was entertained by that. That was a Disney decision. That was Disney. Man, I gotta watch that South Park Into the Pandaverse. I heard that shit was funny as shit. I didn't see Black Panther 2 yet. Uh, Powerpuff Girls had a feminist overtone. How? I mean, I don't know. Maybe y'all seeing something. Maybe y'all seeing something I didn't see in Powerpuff Girls. Maybe in the later episodes, I thought it was just a fun show, just like Kids Next Door, just like Ed, and Eddie, just like Johnny Bravo, just like Courage the Cowardly Dog. I mean, shoot, Blue Beetle sucked apparently. Yeah, like when they started talking about how these female themed movies sucked, and they started calling you a misogynist and a sexist, and you just hate women. I remind them of movies like Morbius. I got kicked out of a Facebook group because I said that. I was like, what about Morbius? I was like, Morbius was starring a guy in that movie. Like, I'm still mad about that 2 hours that I can't get back. I'm still upset about that. I'm still upset that I actually thought some cool shit was gonna happen in Morbius, and it was just the movie was ass. Morbius was ass. I mean, like when I scroll by it on Netflix, I still get upset. I just had to scroll by and look at this shit. They already fucking up the Hulk. Best version of the Hulk 2008. But I heard it could have been so much better. But they say Ed Norton started acting like a diva on set and started changing the script. Brother said there hasn't been a good superhero film since the Batman. I love the Batman. I did, man. To me, the Batman is arguably the best Batman film. I mean, a lot of people say Michael Keaton. Those are people who just got nostalgia, nostalgia love, and all the other stuff. But Robert Pattinson, I mean, was probably the closest representation to the Dark Knight. I mean, a lot of people like the Christian Bale version, and a lot of people like the Christian Bale version because of the Heath Ledger's Joker. I'm just saying, like, but this was probably the first. The Batman was probably the first Batman film that wasn't about who the villain was gonna be. It was you actually had more focus on who the Batman was. You know, I mean, I don't know if people agree with that, but hey, shoot, it is what it is. But yeah, cause like the other superhero films, like Ant-Man and Quantumania was very disappointing because they were still on that MCU crap. They were still on shitting on the people who saved the fucking universe. Like if anybody has seen that, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, yeah, it was cringe in a lot of parts. Spider-Man No Way Home was pretty good. Eternals, I mean, Eternals. I was able to describe the movie from beginning to end, but it was like, look, not even Jon Snow and Robb Stark could save that film. Like, it just the more and more I think about Eternals, the more and more pissed off I get with it. And I mean, like, and you can call me phobic or whatever about that, but the only black guy on the team was like that. Get the fuck out of here. What is it exactly that you're trying to tell black men? Seriously. The Hulk was fucked up because I mean they fucked up the Hulk in Endgame. They really did. I don't know how they gonna redeem the Hulk for real, especially after She-Hulk. Like I actually was looking forward to She-Hulk coming out, and I could not get past episode 3. I couldn't. I was like, fuck this show after episode 3. You might have saved the universe and all that, but I used to get catcalled. It's like, shut the fuck. What? You're a lawyer. I mean, you got one of the most successful careers in Western culture. What the fuck? You got fired and then had a job a week later. Like, you're not suffering. Speed Racer and Space Ghost. Yeah, oh, you talking about the old OG cartoons like Voltron and G Force and Thunder the Barbarian. You know, go like 2 or 3 years later, you had the OG He Man, which I mean, Masters of the Universe Revelation was strange. That's the newer He Man that Kevin Smith did on Netflix, um, along with Space Ghost. He said, like, yeah, I remember Space Ghost. Space Ghost was pretty good. Remember the Herculoids? Shoot. But then, like, when He Man and Thundercats and Transformers and G.I. Joe came in, it was a wrap because Jared Leto is a trash actor. Yeah, a lot of people like when Jared Leto did the Dallas Buyers Club, with that was a movie that I watched. And I mean, like, for those who know about that film, it was when Matthew McConaughey was playing this, I guess, rodeo cowboy that caught AIDS. And, he made this friend like Jared Leto, who was a cross dressing homosexual. Like, they was like, oh, Jared Leto is such a great actor. He has depth and all this other shit. And then he did the Joker, which, I mean, his Joker never really got a fair shot. I mean, if you look at that cut scene in like Zack Snyder's director's cut of Justice League. If you look at that end credit, that was the Joker that Jared Leto was supposed to be. But the way he was portrayed in the first Suicide Squad, that wasn't good. But they cut a lot of his key scenes out. Like Jared Leto was actually decent as the Joker, but they just didn't give it the chance that it was supposed to have. So I'll say that much. But I mean, like all the other shit that he was in, like Morbius, nah, no, no, they could have kept Morbius. In fact, they need to do that shit like they did Batgirl. You know that Batgirl movie that was supposed to come out, but it was like, no, when Warner Brothers had that acquisition, they scrapped a lot of shit. And Tober says Jared Leto's Joker was ass. Like I said, I will disagree with that as far as what what didn't come to the silver screen, but like the way it was presented, there was no way he was matching Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson for that matter. Bruce Wayne was a how was Bruce Wayne a simp in the Batman? How? Because what? Let me think of how he could have been a simp. I don't see it. What? Because of Zoe Kravitz? No, I don't think so. Or are you talking about the Christian Bale Batman? Eric Bana is the hope. Don't don't at me, man. Look, dude. No, no, Eric Bana. No, I can't say Eric Bana was. I say Mark Ruffalo in the first Avengers film. The first, maybe Age of Ultron, but Mark Ruffalo in the first Avengers film. Mark Ruffalo in Infinity War and Endgame and She Hulk. Nah, he fucked up the character. But Eric Bana. Nah, I wouldn't even say that. It's like he was already a buff. It's just, no, I mean, not that that was a factor. It was just that the way the character was portrayed, how he portrayed Bruce Banner as a whole. Matthew Perry dead from coke and hose. Yeah, yeah, I heard about that. Matthew Perry, for all you Friends fans out there, a show I never really watched for real. I probably watched a total of 20 minutes of Friends throughout its entire run. Matthew Perry was found dead in his hot tub, said from an apparent drowning. Foul play was ruled out, and he was a druggie. He was a drug addict. So, rest in peace. I hated the Batman. Yeah, your opinion. I loved it. The Batman was like Taxi Driver. Two two greatest superhero films of Spider-Man 2002 and Superman 2. My Christopher Reeve Superman? Yeah, I like Superman too. Yeah, I did. Like, you had Zod and Ursa and Nun and Spider-Man 2002. Was that Spider-Man 2002? Was that the first one with Green Goblin or was that the one with Doc Ock? That I think that might have been Tobey Maguire, the one with uh yeah, the one with Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe. 'Cause, I mean, I thought Willem Dafoe did excellent in Spider-Man No Way Home. Logan was blue pilled. Mm. Why? Explain that Detroit 313. Why was Logan blue pilled? The Eternals was Marvel's biggest diversity dumpster fire. Yeah, I mean, it was race swaps, gender swaps. The only black guy was Alphabet, like the only black guy, and which I mean, say what you want about Alphabet characters, but when everyone else, including the little girl, was blatantly straight, you're trying to tell people something. I heard they're scrapping Blade remake. Is that true? Uh, Mahershala Ali has been tearing up the scripts. Yeah, what he wants is what he wants to. I believe what he wants to do is he wants to top Wesley Snipes' Blade, which due to the current state of the MCU, he's not going to be able to do that because and if Disney is really trying to do R-rated films, like they said Deadpool 3 was supposed to be, then then they do have a chance for that. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Blade a mantle instead of the character that Wesley Snipes portrayed. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring in Mahershala Ali, and they're trying to bring in his daughter, and they're gonna make they're gonna use Mahershala Ali to prop up his daughter to be Blade. And it's like Mahershala Ali is not like, no, hell no, I ain't get this shit right. I'm not doing this. Age of Ultron was amazing. Uh, I thought Age of Ultron was alright. I thought it was alright. I liked Ultron, but I just hated that they couldn't use adamantium just because of because of contractual shit. Because the whole adamantium that it belonged to Fox at the time, but now that Disney has acquired Fox and able to use all the X-Men characters, now they can do adamantium. But Ultron with an adamantium frame would have been perfect. I don't think he would have been so easy to destroy. Spawn remake. Oh, it is getting made. They're finally in pre-production of Spawn. Yeah, it's gonna be a Blumhouse film. Yeah, so that's been confirmed. Spawn is getting made. Jamie Foxx is still gonna be Al Simmons. I couldn't watch She-Hulk. Hey, after episode 3, I was out of there. No, he is not Kev. Who you talking about? Mark Ruffalo. I mean, like I said, the first Avengers film, the first one, but I mean, after Age of Ultron, when Infinity War and Endgame, and She-Hulk, he screwed that all up. Daredevil was one of the best shows. Man, do you know that like they had filmed some of Daredevil Born Again for Disney Plus, and they scrapped it and fired all of the staff? You know why? Because it was gonna suck. It was gonna suck. Like I didn't really like Hawkeye too much. Like Hawkeye was cool in some parts, but like it's like having Hawkeye getting beat up by all the girls, that was stupid. Uh, like Kingpin, when he got introduced, he kind of got bodied by the women, and it's just like stop doing that shit. Like damn, you can't just make a movie. They always got to push an agenda. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is one of the best of the MCU. That movie is awesome. Shoot, in fact, I might watch it again tomorrow. Moon Knight and Hawkeye were both better than She-Hulk. Eh, Moon Knight. Yeah, Moon Knight was pretty good. Moon Knight was pretty good, but yeah, they did. But then again, they shoehorned a female character in there. They did. The female at the end of it, she was a totally made up character. She was totally original character that was written for the show. But Oscar Isaac did pretty good as the character as Moon Knight. He did. I mean, I wasn't into Moon Knight in the comic books. I mean, in fact, Moon Knight is your avatar, so you have to be a fan. Or is that the Spectre? No, I think that's the Spectre. It's Moon Knight colored, but celebrity greater than the Punisher. Man, look, Tom James Punisher was pretty good. Ray Stevens Punisher was flat out violent. I mean, if you can make an amalgamation of the two, you probably get a great Punisher film. Oh, John Bernthal. John Bernthal Punisher. And don't forget, like, maybe that's who you was talking about. I think he's supposed to be reprising the role. And Weather with the super chat. Hot take. I don't know why, but yeah, hot take. Narc is a better movie than Training Day. Both came out in the same year. Okay, I never saw Narc, but I watched Training Day. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. At least DC would have come out Deathstroke. I think that the Batman film that Ben Affleck was supposed to make, uh, he was supposed to Deathstroke was supposed to be the main villain. Narc was gritty and yes, better. I gotta check out Narc. Bruce Wayne was never a simp in any of those movies. Raven Knight said Leto was another white guy that used white privilege and winds his way into parts. Oh, okay. Man said Kevin Samuels greater than Tony Stark Iron Man. Yeah, James Gunn still cut him. I mean, how do y'all feel about that? James Gunn just coming in and saying we're not using any more of these actors. I get Ezra Miller, but everybody really wanted Henry Cavill to play Superman. And then like they bring him back for Black Adam, and then they fire him and The Rock. Christian Bale didn't fit the Batman role. Christian Bale, Christian Bale talked with that rasp. Like the voice he used, that shit was funny as shit to me. I mean, I thought he made a decent Batman. Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock. Yeah, yeah, great film. Great film. I couldn't tell Matthew Perry was a drug addict because we don't put no white folks in that light. Like we're like they. I mean, even though that, yeah, they do have a reputation. Kev, check out Chopper if you're an Eric Bana fan. Okay, check out Chopper. Noted. Brian Tyree Henry is annoying in everything he's in. Yeah, he was annoying in Godzilla versus Kong. I think that the best Brian Tyree Henry role is probably Paperboy in Atlanta. I would argue Shang-Chi and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness were diversity and representation movies. Yeah, I mean, I could break down both Shang-Chi and Doctor Strange MOM for you real quick. Just with the characters like America Chavez um, and her two moms. Talking about a bee scared me, and I sucked my two moms in a dimension and never saw them again. I was like, she killed her two moms. It was embarrassing the hell out of Doctor Strange. His ex girlfriend got married to a black guy, which I got a kick out of. Then then his girlfriend from another dimension really didn't like him at all, and I mean, he became a footnote in his own film. And then at the end, you had another woman show up, which was probably more powerful than him. But that's what they're leaning toward anyway. Shang Chi every guy character was getting beat up. Like, well, Shang Chi and Wen Wu, who was supposed to be the Mandarin, but they named him Wen Wu because Mandarin, like they thought the name Mandarin was denigrating to Asian people. Um, yeah, they even said it in the film itself. They said something about it was reduced to a like something. They kind of apologized for naming him Mandarin, but like yeah, like he was all badass until he ran into his wife, and his wife kicked his ass, and then Shang Chi got his ass kicked by his sister, which was the most annoying character in the film to me, besides Aquafina. Um, Then he went to that land where his mother was from, and the women there kicked his ass too. And it's just like he's the main fucking character. Like the fuck. I saw Blade as a kid in the 2000s, and the Bush right was right, hella right. Yeah, yeah. Ultron is my second favorite villain. Age of Ultron was okay at best. People died when he showed up. Yeah, I was yeah, I was kind of one of those ones that was expecting a lot more out of that film because of Ultron. Ultron Like in other iterations, he seemed more robotic. But in that movie, he seemed to have a personality and kind of fit the quirky humor of the MCU. Does Blade even have kids? Notice, like in recent years, like all these superheroes have daughters that are quickly replacing them, or they have female students that are replacing them. But that's just in the comic books. But oh, Detour 313 explains Logan was more like blue pilled, went back as a human being, taking care of the Professor Charles. Is like he stuck in a hamster wheel until the clone of Wolverine had go searching for him. Hawkeye was about his daughter. Kate Bishop wasn't his daughter though. Yeah, I mean they were like in Endgame. He was training his daughter to use a bow and arrow, but they dissolved in the dust and he became Ronin. And when Black Widow went to get him, he said, "Don't give me that. Don't give me hope." You know, he was a much darker character. Ultron was basically Tony Stark's darker consciousness in the film. Yeah, Blade is on the back burner now. Epic failed Disney. Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't look like that movie will ever get made. Premium Network said dating is a waste of time nowadays. Yeah, because if she like it, she like it. If she don't, Ultron is coming back, Kev. Oh, okay, good. Shoot. Looking forward to it if I could stomach an MCU film these days. Thanos in the movies were amazing, and to be honest, the snap helped the planet out. The Avengers were the bad guys in the end, bringing everyone back at harm rather than help. Oh yeah, because you talking about when you talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the Flag Smashers, like the Flag Smashers were formed because everybody came back. I ain't even really like the Flag Smashers because they're like because that freckle faced girl they tried to make her into like the misunderstood bad guy instead of making her accountable for the fuck shit she was doing. Glad Artisan MC exposed me to Moon Knight. Shout out to him. Yeah, go check out Artisan. He's a comic shop owner. He knows all about this stuff. Yeah. Disney too woke. Yep. Dolph Lundgren is the Punisher. Man, you talking about old school Punisher, like old school, like yeah. Cause oh yeah, I forgot about him. Cause like he was the first one. Then you had Tom Jane. Then you had Ray Stevenson. Then you had John Bernthal. Oh Shane, Shane from The Walking Dead. Thor 5 has also been greenlit, and Wacky is fired from touching it. Yeah, because he fucked up Thor: Love and Thunder. He made Thor Ragnarok was a good film. Yeah, it was a real good film. But then Thor: Love and Thunder, like it was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he even admitted, he said, "Don't be messing with me. I will destroy your heroes." He admitted to destroying Thor. He admitted it. So fuck that guy. Kevin Samuels is Tony Stark, Iron Man. Cynthia G is Green Goblin. Steve Harvey is Doctor Doom. DC is light years behind MCU, and MCU is trash now. I'm interested. I'm interested in I'm interested in seeing what James Gunn is gonna do because I like Peacemaker. Although comic book buffs have their complaints about Peacemaker, but he's revamping the entire universe. When I saw the Flash, they were propping the Flash out like it was gonna be like one of the best DCU films ever. No, it wasn't. I like the Flashpoint concept, but no, the rest of that film, nah, they could have did something else with that. I wasn't really too particular about the Flash. Say Umar Johnson is Craven, Crystal Swirls is Rhino. died when he shows up in the comics. He is in the next Godzilla film. I thought it was okay, but he took that sugar roll to get his face and name out. You talking about Brian Tyree Henry? Yeah, because they always saying like they're saying like you play one of those roles, you show that you can be a diverse actor. Especially if a straight man plays an alphabet guy. I mean, Dwayne Johnson did it in Be Cool. Will Smith was one of his first roles was gay, but he said that he didn't want to be seen on screen kissing a guy. Uh, let's see. So yeah, that's that shit they sell to you. You haven't seen Shang Chi pop back up yet. Yeah, they also didn't explain like they you also have yet to like mention in the other films how that big ass celestial statue is in the middle of the fucking ocean. Yeah, they strategically have Wolverine a daughter so they can make the future of X Men led by females. Like they need to cut that shit out because everybody can see that shit. You know that you remember Willow? Like they made a new show. They made a new Willow show on Disney Plus. They took that off of Disney Plus because it sucked so bad. Because that was the same shit they were trying to do, diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion has no point if you don't write it with the same care when you didn't so called have this diversity and inclusion. Like let shit alone. If you want somebody to if it if you want something to reflect your diversity, shit, make something up. In total, one movie I wouldn't mind them making is one for Lex Luthor, Reverse Flash, more so Reverse Flash. Yep, instead of Dark Flash. it in the Flash they had Dark Flash, who was actually an older version of Ezra Miller's Flash. They could have did Reverse Flash. They could have did old Eobard Thawne, but that'd have been too much like right. More excited for Clover. Oh, they got a Cloverfield 4 coming out. Drop the link. Shoot, I probably will. I mean, Damian Wade was good. David Hasselhoff is Nick Fury. For real? I mean, I remember him playing Nick Fury, but I think Samuel Jackson got that on lock with it. But from what I hear, Secret Invasion fucked that up. I like Suicide Squad. Which Trail Brentley, which Suicide Squad did you like? Did you like the first one or the one where Idris Elba was playing Bloodsport? They did Supergirl dirty in the Flash. Yeah, they did her kind of dirty. And then she was a replacement for Henry Cavill's Superman, and they still did her wrong. Flash is a 2 star out of 5 stars. Yep, Charles Faulkner is Black Adam. DC should do a Nightwing or the Bat Family instead of rebooting Superman or Batman. They're coming out with Joker 2. That's a movie that was so good that it should not have a sequel. South Park destroyed Disney Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, I gotta watch that when I get the chance. So I guess I could drop this link for anybody that wants to come up, but I'm not gonna stay on too much longer. Be Paste. That Celestial becomes the new Avengers HQ. They have mentioned it on She-Hulk. Why? Well, She-Hulk did something very unforgivable. They introduced Scar, but they fucked him up immediately.
Hey, what's the word, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Man, you hit it on the button. I saw Flash for the very first time at home yesterday on I believe Prime, Amazon Prime, and I liked the movie a lot. A lot of people gave it some slack and everything, but I mean, Compared to Black Adam or what DC got going on right now, the Flash is a good movie. I mean, it's not the best, like you know what I'm saying, but like compared to Black Adam, it's better.
Yeah, Black. The mistake that Black Adam made was, well, let me see. The mistake that was made with Black Adam is like was more so behind the scenes. The Rock tried to bully the studio and James Gunn into making the DCU centered around Black Adam. And really, you if you're gonna center the DCU around anybody, it's supposed to be Superman.
Right, right, but but with Superman though, a lot of people don't really like Superman for some reason, especially Zack Snyder. I don't know why, but like they really don't like Superman. And to tell you the truth, um, they need to do what MCU did back in '08, where like when they created MCU back in '08, '09, they didn't come out with the big top guns like the Spider Mans and the you know what I'm saying, like those big names. They came out with Iron Man first. Not to say Iron Man isn't a big name, but they came out with Iron Man first, then the Hulk. They gave us like characters that wasn't like top tier, but they did character development with those characters like such as the Iron Man and the Hulk, and like they build off of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though DCEU, I think I'm saying it right, should do that same exact thing. Honestly, what should be dope is they should put out a Raven movie. Because Raven is pretty much, I consider Raven up there as a character in DC that is kind of like OP. Same thing with the Flash. The Flash is OP. The Flash is OP. Aquaman is OP. And Raven is OP. You know what I'm saying? Superman and Batman, they're cool. But those three characters, to me personally, are the ones that's kind of like unfuckwittable.
Mm. Hey, Premium, your 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 static is like you're real staticky.
Oh, you didn't hear nothing I just said?
No, I heard it. I understood it, but it's like it sounded like an Atari 2600 game trying to
Uh,
fire a
when,
shot.
when you drop down and come back, let me see if that works,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Let's see if that'll fix it. Yeah, yeah. But Sun is hot, Raw. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the support. He says, Captain America, Beta Ray Bill, Vision were all worthy of Thor's hammer, and I believe the common denominator is that they're all virgins of divine matter or of divine matter. Like Beta Ray Bill is a character I wanted to see. Hopefully they'll introduce him as Thor 5. Hopefully they will. Uh, but we whatever they decide to do it. But let's see if this fixes it. All right, premium.
How about now? Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, I got an iPhone and shit. I mean, I got the iPhone 10R, and like my shit's starting to fuck up. I might need a new phone. I don't know.
Okay, but yeah, but the audio is fixed though. You're good now.
Yeah, yeah. But like I was saying though, like I feel as though like like honestly, I haven't seen that John Cena joint yet. I want to see it, but I got to
Right.
get HBO Max.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like, is it
Peacemaker.
worth it?
Yeah, Peacemaker is hilarious. Like some of John Cena's best work.
John Cena is that good of an actor? Because I never really like digested a good John Cena film. The last film I seen from him was like The Marine, and that was like back in '06.
Yeah. Save the Marine.
Yeah, that's the last John Cena film I really saw.
Yeah, John Cena has come very far since then. Yeah, he's much better. That motherfucker Raven Knight said iPhones team Android is the master race. Yeah, I got Android, but yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah. I got a Samsung. I got the Galaxy 22. I think. Yeah. I got the
So
latest one.
Samsung is the Aryan race. Samsung is the Aryan Brotherhood.
The Aryan, no, 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 no. It's just a terminology that
I
we,
know. I'm playing. I'm just saying it
yeah.
was a joke. Yeah, they're the superior race.
Was that Raven? I said, dunk that child labor ass phone homeboy. Y'all stay support slave labor. Man, look, technically that little mineral that goes inside cell phones,
Coltan.
that coltan, yeah, that make it all slave race.
Yeah. I mean, to tell you the truth, all these fucking phones are there from Japan. You know, some sweatshop out in you know out there somewhere. Yeah, you can't really escape it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like yeah, like I was saying though, man, like they should come out with a Raven movie. They should come out with like a Nightwing movie, cause like I don't know, man. Like Batman is cool, Superman is cool, but like I mean, there's so many characters out there that what I'm saying, like you can really expand on and really get the ball rolling and get
Oh
people
yeah,
back in there. I mean,
yeah,
cause like
absolutely. But premium, Yar's Revenge is back, bro. Like, yeah, the static is like I said. It
oh shit.
sounds like an Atari.
Oh, let me drop down. My bad.
Okay, all right, all right. Yeah, sound like Pac Man, and like I used to actually have an Atari 2600. Like I played all that shit. I played Combat, Pac Man, goddamn Pitfall, uh, Yar's Revenge, E.T. He said he had an iPhone 10R. What's up, Cartel? What's going on? Well, Premium, he's somebody that's been watching for a while. Frogger, yeah, he was somebody that's been watching for like about 4 years. How long you been watching Premium?
Well, what's up?
I said, how long you been watching this channel Premium? About 3, 4 years.
Yeah, so sounds about right. I mean, I discovered you at the same time I discovered Platinum Elite. I think.
Oh yeah, shout out to Platinum Elite. It's a good brother.
Yeah, that nigga be funny, man. He been cracking me up, man.
Yeah, yeah, but he be trying to put brothers on game.
I don't know. That he be trolling sometimes though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but yeah, anything to keep the attention of your audience. But Donkey Kong is back, bro. Donkey Kong. It's like you come in and the phone will be good for a while, but then Space Invaders just come right back in, man.
I'm gonna be in the comment section, man. I don't know. I ain't trying to ruin your stream, man.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
be.
You good, man. I appreciate you coming up, man. But it's just that static, man.
Yeah, I might need to get the iPhone 15 or something because I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. I don't know. And
Okay,
I'm on Wi-Fi too. I'm not on my data, so I don't know why it's even. Yeah, I'm gonna drop down, man.
word. But thanks for coming up, though, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, Donkey Kong was throwing barrels at Mario was like he couldn't stop. Just man, said, I gotta smoke. The man said joust. Kung Fu, the first fighting game. Well, I don't remember too much of Kung Fu for the Atari. I mean, was it a beat 'em up or it wasn't head to head? What up, Artisan? What's going on? Yeah, you were mentioned earlier. Let me see if I can go back to that comment. Let's see. Yeah, old Artisan in the building. Yeah, let's see. Somebody mentioned you earlier. No, I think I did. That was me that mentioned you. That was me saying that. I was reminding them that you are like you're like a comic book shop owner, and you do the kind of content. I mentioned you. So yeah, you're a comic book shop owner, and you were talking about the material that we were discussing. We were discussing MCU, DCU. The current state of the MCU. The man said, but Raven should get a movie. Do you agree with that artist? And should Raven get a film? As long as they don't make it woke as fuck. I mean, I would probably say own. Yeah, yeah. Said Tekken 1983. Man, I don't think Tekken came. I don't think Tekken came out that early. I think Tekken wasn't till like 1992. I think yeah, first Tekken was 1992. Yeah, I remember because I remember I used to get Electronic Gaming Monthly. Uh, Mega Man 64. Man, Mega Man 64 was kind of more advanced than that. Oh yeah, yeah, it was Ray Harmer that mentioned you. I mentioned that Artisan was the first to expose me to Moon Knight. Yeah, yeah, it was Ray Harmer that mentioned you. So yeah, yeah, man. I was 3 or 4 when I remember seeing Tekken. Shit, I was 16. Just showing my age right there. See, Russian attack. Yeah, but hey, if nobody else is gonna come up, I think I'm about done here. But as this, let me recap real quick. Yeah, it's kind of making fun of this bitch getting her channel deleted, and honestly, that it could not have happened to a better person. I will say that. But many believe that she will be back one day. Black man hate doesn't stay dead for too long. Chaos Ring. Okay, here you go. Here go the link. Artisan said that Raven would be a good movie if they could keep it from being woke. Yep, but everyone would be looking for Trigun. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can't do Raven without Trigun. And hopefully they don't fuck Trigun up. Damian Wade says stop race swapping and use original black comic characters. Yeah, there. That's the funny thing. There are plenty of black characters that you can use. Plenty of them. Shit, you use the you use Icon, use Hardware, use the Blood Syndicate. Blood Syndicate might be a little bit too violent though. What up, Chaos Rain?
Hey, what's good, man? What's good? What's good? How I sound? Good?
Uh, yeah, yeah, you sound good.
Mm-mm.
What's going on?
Yes, yeah, yeah. A lot of people were, and even to the point, some of them don't really want her gone because let's be honest, she was off this chick. You get me? And to
Hmm.
me, I look at this, the bigger picture. Regardless, they want to show the insanity of black women. It does not serve black men in the long run. And you know why, Kev? Because they
What?
already know that black people overall, especially in America, we're crazy. I mean, what more detail we need to go into? You know, some black men, maybe all, maybe crazy, and there are a lot of black women or some black women crazy. So when you find people that does content like what she has been doing now for the last 2 years about getting rid of black male babies and stuff, it's heartening. It's disgusting. It's questionable, and it's downright genocidal. Because we all know Margaret Singer that came around and wanted create a plight to get rid of black people. One of the few things that she said would be more effective is to get them right in the womb, right?
No, eugenics.
So
You're talking about eugenics.
yeah, so why would someone like her promote the same thing that really by a white woman, which ironic was a white woman that took her channel down,
Yeah.
was the one that's advocating to tell you women that you need to stop having children.
Right. The irony. The
The
irony.
irony, the irony.
Yeah. Hey, but hold on 1 second, bro. I got to do this real quick.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze. Damn.
Yeah. Got that dislike. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
play that video, whoever you are. but
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, what I was saying earlier, like what she was spewing was actual hate speech. I mean, there's no
Yeah,
argument with that. However you feel about freedom of speech, it was hate
yeah,
speech. You
yeah.
know, you know, what if I said something like, if your son turns out to be alphabet, you need to kick him out and put him on the street, and God will punish him. That will be hate speech. you know, that would be considered hate speech because they're a protected group. Like,
Mm.
if you were making fun of a group based on race and saying that they're inferior, And like, I'm surprised her channel lasted as long as it did, but it gave heed to what we've been saying this entire time. We got a Western culture that has been bred to hate black men, and people don't mind it so much, and not even black men will even stand up for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to stand up for myself. You know, all of my associates, we know how to stand up for ourselves. But for the most part, black men get gaslit and believing that not saying anything is actual manhood. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to cut that shit out. Period. Is not something that we as black men have to put up with. It's like it's not something that I ever, as a black man, ever intend to put up with. Is anyone disrespect? I don't care if it's a black man. I don't care if it's a black woman. I don't give a fuck who it is. You can think you can disrespect me till the cows come home, but them cows gonna come home first. It's-
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be able to disrespect me. Period. And if people, especially black men, would learn to respect themselves a lot more than what I've been seeing on display, then it would probably, I wouldn't say less. I wouldn't say it would be less of this. I would say that there'd probably be more justifiable pushback to it.
Yeah.
So screw this bitch. I don't care if black men are celebrating it. I don't care at all. I mean, everybody was celebrating Kevin Samuel's death last year. It's like
Yes.
it's like that was some of the most despicable shit I ever seen black people on social media do. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, we really ought to be ashamed of ourselves, but we ain't got no motherfucking shame. Not in 2023.
Yeah.
So I mean, she didn't die from this. She didn't die. So hey, my suggestion to her is get a job like everyone else does.
Oh, but she can't get no job, bro. Who's gonna hire her with the track record she has? And people background check everybody, and especially if you have your face. Now, mind you, she might would have got more away with if she was an avatar, possibly. But even that, there's no guarantee nowadays because how they're able to figure out people now, it'll shock you, people. It'll just shock you
She better go. She better go work for Trader Joe's or
if
or
they'll hire her. Like I
or
said,
serve at the Cheesecake Factory.
no corporation is going to hire anybody that has a reputation putting out spill rhetoric. What she does, she went on against white people and she went against black men.
Well, I wouldn't say she went against white people. She definitely did go against white women. I mean, she had a remember that guy Brian, that white guy that she had on
Yeah,
her
I
channel,
remember that. I remember that. Yeah,
and
I
they
mean, and
called him Sir.
even that, I had a question if that is even real. But go on, listen. Go ahead. Yeah,
Like, he had a bunch to say about black men, which
yeah.
means the guys like that should really steer clear of channels like this. Cause like I didn't grow up afraid of white folks. I didn't. You know, as
Mhm,
as much shit as they talk about black men, let
mhm.
white men conquer them. No, none of that shit flew in Montgomery, Alabama when I was growing up. None of it did.
Look at the boat scene. Them people came out like the Avenger. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah. People need to stop spreading these dumbass narratives. Like, I mean, a lot of this shit only exists just on social media. If you want me to be brutally honest, y'all. Mm, But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But so, like I said, screw her, screw this bitch twice on Sunday. Could not have happened to a better person. She got what she deserved, and maybe one day she'll come back. And like I said, I had this thought, like I was talking about earlier, that she might actually pop back up on Fox Soul somewhere like that. Because I mean, the rhetoric of Fox Soul fits exactly what she's talking about.
Well, if Foxo was smart, and I doubt that organization that's run by certain people that are, of them people, if they're smart, they better think twice on that. To be honest with you. And
Yeah.
the reason why I say it because once someone from their own group wrote a hit piece of what work she's doing, the last thing they want is any publicity, especially using this black woman right here as another can of fire to cause more dysfunction amongst the communities.
Mm.
But overall, Kevin, to be honest with you, And there's more I could say about Out of Town Low. That she might still be around YouTube a little bit longer. She said she might, but let's be honest. There's no other platform you're going to go besides Patreon. And I know one brother, I respect the brother. I forgot, I know it was Kobe or something. He was calculating how much she will make a month on her Patreon. I had to sit there and push back a little bit, and here's why. If black women are subscribed to any people's Patreon, they're not gonna always go to the top tier. They're gonna go to the lowest tier to get just the low content, right? And there's people that make some decent money. They'll just throw in and pay for the full tier of the Patreon. She has like roughly almost 15,000 patrons. So if she extended now from last time I checked, and she has more than one Patreon, or more than one Patreon she has now. She went from $2 to now $10. And there's some that can go as far as $20, $30. Let's do the math. Fluctuation. Most people got the $10. I would say more than 75% got that. So roughly she could be making maybe under 10K, maybe close to 10K a month, not 20K. Going to do the math, that don't make sense, because if you have them people, not everybody's paying the full high tier Patreon. They're paying something like $10. So you got to factor in that. So I'm just dealing with some math and logic here. That she's going to still make close to 6 figures a year on Patreon now, but you're not gonna make like over a lot of money. You get me? The money where she really makes is on YouTube with the advertisement.
Well,
Because the
she got
advertisement pay more, and mind she's not getting thousands of views. She was getting 20K views. Once some of them even go as 40, 50, even some old, if kept the video up, over 100K views. So you do the math. If she has 65 million views on her so-called main 135K subscriber channel, that is money. That I would say roughly she probably made like over 200K more roughly a year on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I could see that possibly she could make that. And like I said, it could be more dependent on the tiers with the Patreon and stuff. So it fluctuates over. At the end of the day, she's gonna make some money on the Patreon, but right now she's not gonna make as much as she would have made on YouTube, which really that's her bread and butter. That's why she was so frustrated that they took down not only the one she tried to create, but the main channel, which really supplied the majority of her money. And think about this: if you were doing well, and let's say you lose channels and you lose YouTube, Patreon should be the next side hustle that people paying. Why are you making a GoFundMe? If you're making more than 5,000 to 10K a month on that note, you should be begging people for money. But I find it ironic, and they said the GoFundMe has been taken out too. That why are you still begging people money? The math sound is not mathing. I don't know if you guys are understanding me, gentlemen. I don't know if you agree or disagree. But what you need a Patreon? I mean, I'm not. Why you need a GoFundMe? Sorry. This is what I'm trying to understand. It's not making sense. But like I said, we do people that are very crazy, and we try to logically think what makes sense, and really, it's not really adding up. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm looking at her. She has a Patreon channel called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised." Like I was saying, that is tragic irony, because that was a song by a black man named Gil Scott Heron. It has 1,478 members, and the tiers are 10, 20, and 30.
There you go. So let me ask a question to the brother. How is she making 20K a month? That don't say that makes sense, because most people that when they subscribe to Patreon, majority of them are going to subscribe to the lowest tier. That's $10. You might find some that will subscribe to the 20 to maybe 30, but that's a small percentage. So we look at, I would say out of that hundreds, what do you call 1,000 and 1,400 or 400, I would say more than 85 or 9% are subscribed to the lowest tier.
So let's see, 1,478 times 10. That equals $14,780 a month.
All right. See now that
That is the
that
lowest
sounds
tier.
accurate. That sounds accurate. That sounds accurate. And mind you, I said That's 80 to roughly 9% of the people that subscribe to the low tier. Now imagine you get the other 10% on the higher tier, 20 to 30. Now you're looking at an additional maybe extra 2, 3,000. So you're looking at most, it's not nowhere close to 20K a month. You get me? Nowhere close. But still, if you're making more than 10K a month on Patreon, you're doing good. You're doing excellent. That's over 6 figures.
Well, that's a lot of bitterness. And bitterness pays.
Hey, listen. How you think? Why you think when they found that she had that many subscribers and had that many views, they look at the crowd. Who is the one that's watching her crap? Black women. So that means that a black woman that's under the age of 20 and no later than over 45.
Mm.
That's her crowd. 18 to 45. And I could probably say maybe 50, but mostly once you get to you like her around age 39 and up, you get some real bitter broads.
Mhm.
That's how I look at it. You get some bitter women.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what it is, bro. I mean, I mean, but you do
Mm.
need a YouTube channel to keep producing the Patreon videos because you have to make videos. You have to unlist the video. You have to unlist the video on
Well,
YouTube.
how she's gonna play? She does like one thing with Patreon. If you notice, I know you have. I don't know if you have Patreon or some other people. You can go live on Patreon with the StreamYard. You get me? So you could say it's like you going live on and it's seen on YouTube, but it's on Patreon. So it's the same features work the same way. Kev, the video
Oh, so
with Patreon.
you can go straight to Patreon from StreamYard. That's what you just said.
I believe so. Yeah, I think BJ's he might explain it better. I'm not sure if he's using StreamYard, but I think StreamYard has a lot of features.
Uh,
Um,
well, um, I don't think you can go. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't
okay.
tried it because I have Patreon with my two patrons and stuff, but I haven't done much on Patreon anyway
Yeah.
to justify having more patrons. But
Yeah.
but yeah, shit, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I should do more Patreon stuff, but at the end of the day, I don't know. It might be too much to ask people to.
Mm.
It might be too much to ask people to subscribe to your Patreon and get a membership for your YouTube channel. So I'm still
It's too much work. Not saying I wouldn't say if I would create Patreon for my channel, but the problem is I don't got enough um people and enough people that support the channel. That's why when they create the join button, it's much easier that way. Now depending how much the channel grows, like your channel or my channel grows, and how the politics of social media and YouTube or any other platform starts to really go harder, then yeah, maybe I'll have to really start pushing more. But overall, like always, when you create some, you always want to put it out there anyway, just in case people, just to subscribe anyway, just to support the channel. And once the time comes, you could easily start putting some content there. I mean, that's why if you have Patreon, Kev, it's better off if anybody you put in the description or you put it out here in the chat room and let people say this to support it anyway, just for case, just in case, It wouldn't
Artisan says you stream on StreamYard and send to Patreon. Oh, okay.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's the best way. And besides, people understand that if they like the content creators, I mean, why not support it? I mean, it helps, give purpose. It helps, what we do to do a little bit more. I mean, add some more depending on how much the growth. I mean, everything that people understand is things have to be put back into a lot of things. Let's keep it real. I think with her, from what I hear with O'Shea, is that she did not take this serious, like most women that's doing this. You do this just to get a bag and keep pushing. So when you lose the bag, you have no outlets, no actual precautions, nothing really to plan out how you want the growth or what direction you want your channel to be. And can anybody really give me an answer? What the channel that people think that Cynthia should have had her channel originally? All she was doing most of the time was, talking her stuff, do a little videos, and that's it. No growth. Hell, even when O'Shea said if she make it, let me tell you something, and this is gonna hurt a lot of people. But I gotta be honest. I'm gonna be fair with y'all. Once you start making more than, let's say, 6K to roughly 10K a month doing this, obviously you gotta put budget to really put back into to start advancing and going beyond what you're doing. Especially when you start to make money like that. A lot of people that's making money like her, anybody else, if you're making that money, you should be put back into where we want to see an actual return where you're growing properly, that you're taking this more seriously. I don't see that with a lot of most content creators. Once you make more money, you should be taking this more serious. You should step it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that. They're just making the money and continue doing the same thing. It's like stagnant. It's the same over and over. If I was making roughly 10K or more, I would have to put in it and make this more than what it is. I should not be pocketing money and just keep doing the same thing over. That's nonsense. I gotta treat it more than just I'm just here to do it. This gotta be like a business, Kev.
I mean, I've stated that before. Is you treat it like a business that that you invest in, and and that's how you get the most out of your presence on social media. And why not do it like that?
Yeah.
The easiest thing that you can do is to start a stream yard. That's the easiest thing you can do. But when you get your audio together, you get maybe get a little background, maybe a little feng shui or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then you have a good presentation. I mean, I'll just name a couple of content creators off the bat. I mean, as far as their sets are concerned, you got people like Angry Man. As whack as I think these guys are, Fresh and Fit. Kevin
Mm-hmm.
Samuels, when he was alive, he really cared about his presentation. I mean,
Exactly.
they, that's when they do that, then they optimize their audiences and they can get a little change from it. I mean, shit, social media made Kevin Samuels a millionaire.
Exactly.
I mean, before he passed, he was worth $4 million. So people were like, "Oh no, he was broke. He was broke. He stayed in an apartment." But shut the fuck up. You guys are haters. Like, like shit. Y'all don't want a black man to look good in any way.
But
Don't.
it shows the disdain hate for a lot of black people that we hate each other in a passionate way. And that's why I never really hate on no black male or black woman, but especially black man on his progress. I commend them and say more prosperity to them. Why would me or any person will think say I want to see and hate and see downfall of someone else? That will make the downfall of yourself much more easier because you don't see no success within your own group. So why you should reap rewards if you have success? You should get on the same downfall like everybody else. 'Cause you want to be up top, but you're not doing what's necessary, you know. And trust me, Kevin got some breaks, but let's be fair. Kevin is an image consultant. He knows the importance of image. That's why when a lot of people try to take him out or deplatform him or try to do whatever possible get him off the internet, they know they couldn't do that because he was marketable. And he actually helped a few people with his marketing scheme, you know, focus on black women and all that stuff. You get me? He was actually, most people don't like it, actually good for business.
Get the bag, and fuck what the haters say.
Yeah. That's why people don't understand when he did his content what he did. YouTube was not gonna step in and say we're going, you know, because he said some things about no. You gotta do some egregious. Now what Cynthia did for the last 2 years, I
Egregious.
mean, very egregious. And not only egregious, it was downright disgusting. It's to the point where when Dr. Omar was gonna ask questions, say, can you explain it? And then she said, oh, we happy love to explain this. You have no empathy. No empathy at all. I mean, damn.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna criticize my sister." I'm like, "Man, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit, she wrong." Like any black man would get the business from any black man, but y'all so easy on some of these hoes. Like, and I get it. Nobody really wants to back and forth and all this other shit, and then they be like, well, it's no point really in, saying anything and blah blah blah. But I mean, like, damn, you can state whatever your opinion is.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck these people, man. Fuck the haters. Like, you can like, you as a black man should be in charge of this conversation. Why black men constantly give up their power, I do not know. But everybody's like, well, what's the point? What's the point? Why say anything? I mean, because you got a goddamn mouth. Say whatever the fuck you want to say. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Stop being a pussy. Like, like, and that's how far I go with it. I'm not gonna sit here and back and forth argue with motherfuckers trying to convince them to see things my way. I'm not gonna do that. But it doesn't make sense for me to back down like a fucking wuss. Fuck out of here with that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
shit, if you disrespect me or you disrespect anybody in my crew or anything like that, I will handle your ass. And that's just what it's gonna be. You can cry about it all you want. I could give two shits about that. You know, you shouldn't be out here in YouTube land or anywhere saying stupid shit. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, put y'all can put that in y'all pipe and smoke that shit. But I mean, for black men to be still easily gaslit into silence, man, no, we need to cut that shit out. That's why these younger generations are mad with older generations, such as the boomer generation, because they really like kind of misled these guys. They kind of told them that, well, if you are a certain way, if you don't say nothing, if you shut up, then they'll respect you for it. That makes you more of a man. No, it doesn't make you more of a man. It makes you a fucking quitter. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just quit, quit it on life, quit on everyone else, and shut the fuck up and let us handle this shit. And I'm not saying that you're gonna make all these women come to Jesus and all that other shit. I'm not saying that because these hoes could care less about that. But at the same time, you gotta let black men know that no, bro, you're not crazy. No, bro, this shit out here is actually happening. It's not just you. It's a it's a condition that we face in Western culture. So
Mm.
I mean, and sooner or later, somebody's got to say something. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, or else you're gonna have more color purples. You're gonna have more Cynthia G's. You already got Princella. You know, the queen maker. Like, it's just that I'm just like, leave them bitches where they at. And is that what we're trying to do? What many of us are trying to do is stop more bitches like that from coming out. But if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But black men, you need to grow some nuts and stand up for yourself. Shoot, I get like how people want you know I get how people want think it is a waste of time, and it very well may be a
Mm-hmm.
waste of time. But at the same time, don't let that kill your voice.
Yeah.
Shoot. But what up, Ray? I see.
Uh, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
Nah, it's those dudes, man. Yeah, they have to shit drop their nuts down into the damn flow, damn it. But the thing is, they're not. They're comfortable. They're scared of that for some damn reason. So being a being a simp, being a scary ass simp is their comfort zone. And I'm glad to see that this creature is off, and she's one of them. Should be more to come. Queen Maker maybe next. Who knows? But yeah, I can't stand evil
I
bitches
don't.
like that.
I don't. I don't like. I don't think the Queen Maker will be next. I think
No,
that.
no, 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 no. She's not going nowhere. She's barely new. And let's be honest, once you cater to alter community, you're safe.
But new. In the chat earlier was saying that when Cynthia G got her resurgence from was Obsidian. Now,
What do you mean? We're
I
going. He's going to elaborate on that. I'm not getting. I'm not following that.
he said when Cynthia G, like when her first channel got taken down, and when she, when she came back to YouTube, it was Obsidian that helped put her back on. And my answer to that was,
Mm.
it seems as if you have a bunch of black men, like, well, not a bunch of black men, a few black men that they create problems so they can be the solution.
I mean, they what they call the merge, create chaos, and I restore the order. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll give them purpose. Like,
Yeah.
but one thing that really kind of made me a little sick was the fact that all of these simps were sitting up there using Cynthia G's channel termination as a way of attacking black men who do podcasts and accusing us
Wow.
of keeping the gender war up and perpetuating this gender war. And I'm still like, I'm still at the place where I'm like, what fucking gender war? Like,
Mm.
what gender war? What war are we fighting as far as the genders? It's a war of ideas. There are men and women on both sides of the shit. You know. So I mean, it's like what, and you even have some that say the real gender war is between men and males.
Yeah.
Women are just a
Yeah.
byproduct of it. Yeah, because I mean, like,
Well, look, the
my biggest,
males. Go ahead.
cause my biggest argument would probably be against the simps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That and yeah, because the simps, they're the ones. They're too scared to lead, so they'll allow the women to lead. And when they lead, they're gonna lead with emotions and all that bullshit and fuck everything up. You see that on these jobs, on these 9 to 5s,
Mm.
and then when you rise against them and their whole emasculation processes that they go through, then you'll have the males, the simps. Then that's when they'll try to rise up
Mm.
against you.
For whatever fucking reason. But hey, like that shit, like I guess I'm just one that shaming tactics don't really too much work on me because like I'm somebody even beyond YouTube. I've seen the worst of the worst. I've I've been called the worst of the worst just for having a difference of opinion. I mean, and it just like it's gone from barely phasing me to not phasing me anymore. It's not. It's not whatever your opinion is, whatever your dissenting opinion. I can respect it, but I mean, you can't really shame me out of using any dialogue that I want to use. It's just, it is what it is. Right is right, and wrong is wrong. If I believe that it's wrong, then I'm gonna say it's wrong. You know, but just if even if you feel like that, I'm so called bashing black women or whatever. If that's what you say I'm doing, then I guess I'll proudly wear that flag. Cause to tell you the truth, black men really aren't saying enough to these women. Not for real. I mean, they're not giving it to them like they've given it to us. And I'm real sorry to say that, but sorry, not sorry, really. But it's beside the point. But at the same time, what's wrong in mentioning it? Everyone else does, and everyone will talk about you. So let me see. Detroit 313 says, by the way, Nala Vibes used to be friends with Cynthia G in the Woman Sphere. She goes to Cynthia chat nearly every day until she had a problem with Black Woman Sphere. Yeah, that's a highly original name. Highly original. I wonder where she got it from. See, I told her they claim they hate black men, but they get all their ideas from black men. Yeah, but it's been over 3 hours, fellas.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Or, Yeah, y'all got anything else to say real quick before I
Nope.
play the
Nope.
closing? What about you,
Nah.
Ray?
Oh no, you go ahead, bro. Thanks for having me on, man.
Okay, I
Appreciate it.
mean, anytime, bro. But yeah, at the same time, look, if brothers out there are celebrating, hey, you know what? Give them hell if you think it's gonna do any good. Yeah, I mean, it's like,
I
look,
heard that.
they won't they won't hesitate to celebrate your failure, so go ahead and celebrate. I personally believe that all of it is a waste of time, but let them know how you feel, man, because shoot, no one hesitates to let a black man know how they feel. If you feel
Right.
if you feel like as if black men are lacking in accountability, if you know, then I'm gonna show you a liar, because that is definitely not the case. We are not lacking in accountability. People have always tightened the reins on black men, and it's not something that I have a real problem with if it's effective. I don't have a problem with that at all. But I mean, the way Cynthia G was doing it, nah, find another way. Find another
Right.
way by all means. I don't give a damn about these hoes. I don't give a damn about these lists they trying to put out. I mean, if somebody got to go by a list, I like you, but you better not take me to these places. Then, like I said, leave that bitch where she at. Leave her where she at.
Like lit a list when these men ain't trying to mess with you like that. No way. No, I mean, come on, like who gives a damn about a list?
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah,
list,
yeah,
a list from a strag, whose badge been blown out.
yeah. But the thing is about me bringing up the list is that that shit went viral, and that shit made the news. So we really do give a lot of credence to hateful ass bitches, bro. I mean, we give a lot of credence. We probably give them too much attention, as a matter of fact. And that's exactly the way they want it, because if they were in loving relationships with men, I mean, for real, I mean, in loving marriages, like, I mean, they getting their brains fucked out every night. Do you think they'll be on these platforms like this?
No.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. So, I mean, brothers, seriously, man. I mean, you really at the end of the day ain't got nothing to worry about. As far as some of these women are out here, you really ain't got nothing to worry about. They wallow in their own misery, and
Obsolescence too.
say what? Chaos.
And their obsolescence.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And what they're trying to do is they're in this convoluted effort to make everyone as miserable as they are. Like, Cynthia G, like, at the end of the day, I mean, if I were to, as far as my taste range in women, I don't see Cynthia G as desirable. I,
Mhm.
I don't. I think she probably looks like death warmed over without all that makeup. I mean, is
I
and
think Corey was the one that said that she has cancer. She might have cancer.
I mean, if she have cancer, then hopefully she get. Me being an ex-cancer patient myself. Hey, whatever. I mean, but I mean, it's like, for the level of bitterness that she's put on display is not really good for anyone, male or female. It really isn't. And the fact that she has as many people following her as they do, that's a sign of the times. Like, it's
Yeah.
like I don't mean to kill anybody's optimism, but I mean, if you got that many motherfuckers following that bullshit, we might actually be done as a people. But don't let me dash your hopes. So anyway, let me go ahead and, yeah, thank everybody once again. Thank Premium Network for coming up. Chaos Rain, Ray Hanma. Shout out to the
Appreciate it,
members
bro.
of the channel. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the people who always participate in the live chat and watch this show week after week. I really appreciate all of you. But I got to get out of here. Please be here for tomorrow night's smoke show. Um, I forgot what I say. I forgot what I said. I was gonna. The title was. I said the title last week, but I forgot. So I got to go back and watch the smoke show and title the show. But yeah. I'm sure it'll be a good one. Shoot, remember what happened last week. So anyway, that's it. Uh, Thanks once again to everyone who support this channel and support whatever messages I'm trying to put out here. You guys are really appreciated. And I end it with this: long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. And when you don't give up, you shall win. Peace out.